Welcome to Webb City Cardinals basketball on KNEO 91.7 FM with live audio and video online at kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show for the Webb City Cardinals. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
Good evening to you from Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome tonight for a doubleheader action. First game of the evening will be the Webb City Lady Cardinals against the Carl Junction Lady Bulldogs. That'll be followed by a boys game between your Webb City Cardinal boys and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Good evening, Scott Boudreau here along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios as the Lady Cardinals set to continue their improvement throughout the season here, fresh off a victory last Thursday night as they went 8-5, winning 46-36 over the Nevada Tigers, and that's back-to-back wins for them, Dimitri, from a couple of old Southwest Conference opponents, but nevertheless, always good to go on the road, get those two wins on the road.
Absolutely, and especially them being road wins, I mean, that's huge. And now you're back at home on a nice little chilly afternoon in January. So being in the warm gym, as you always say, it's fun to be in here. It's fun when the crowd's rocking. So they got to use that momentum and carry it against these Lady Hornets today.
Well, we know these Bulldogs from Carl Junction graduated some seniors, so still have a couple seniors this year that will certainly contribute for head coach Ryan O'Daffer, but a different Carl Junction Bulldog team than some of the powerhouses maybe we've seen in the past, Will, and we'll see if that makes a difference here.
Yeah, as you said, graduating a lot of seniors. They've still got some talent. They've still got some seniors on this team. But I think with Webb City getting a lot more comfortable with Grant Barron's type of basketball that he plays, this Webb City team should be able to give them a good run for their money.
It's the Cardinals and the Bulldogs to do battle here tonight. We'll come back here in 3 minutes. Our countdown to tip-off brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Back here in 3 minutes. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
And we welcome you back to Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome tonight. First matchup of the night between your Webb City Lady Cardinals and the Carl Junction Lady Bulldogs. That'll be followed by a boys game between the Cardinals and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Cardinals come into this contest 8-5. Carl Junction comes in 5-6. If you look back at this date in history, since 2008, the Cardinals are 3-1 when playing on the 21st of January. Webb City connected on 5 of 6 free throws in the last 30 seconds of an overtime win to earn a 55-49 win over Nevada. And Chrissy Dykens led the way with 16 points, followed by Katie Speaker with 14, and Nicole Griniger added 12. So some history between these two ball clubs for sure. Both have made runs into the playoffs, and both teams trying to continue what they've done to be successful this year. And certainly Cardinals have an idea of what they want to do. I thought what was impressive about the Nevada victory was just the defense that shows you're playing if you're holding the team to 36 points.
I mean, absolutely, and on top of that, it's the rebounding, as we always mention. So the fundamentals were there, the rebounding there, and you got to keep these Lady Bulldogs off the board, because anytime there's a burger on the team, they're going to light it up, whether it's from three or whether it's from all over the court. So as long as the Lady Cardinals continue that and continue their good defensive stints the past 2 games and really over the course of the season, I think they'll do a really good job tonight.
We'll go ahead and take another break here. Our countdown to tip-off brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Huhat Mongolian Grill. I had a chance to talk to head coach Grant Parent earlier, and so let's go to the coaches show with head coach Grant Parent. And good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coaches Show. Scott Boudreau along with the head coach, Grant Barrett. And Cardinals fresh off a win last Thursday against Nevada on the road. You're back home tonight against Carl Junction. Rivalry game in a lot of sense, but a game that certainly the Webb City Cardinals very capable of competing at the level with Carl Junction, even though maybe the last few years that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, we are excited about the opportunity. We know that in the past that CJ has had the upper hand on us on several occasions. We feel like this summer we played them close, and we feel like in our jamboree that we did some really good things. I think you got to throw the records out the window in a game like this, because the kids all know each other and they grew up playing against each other. And I think it's who can execute their game plan the quickest and who can come out with some early confidence and prove that they should be the ones and to win the game.
In the Nevada game, you continue to show that defense is so important, because when you can hold the team down and then you're the one getting the extra shots, the extra transition opportunities, it makes a difference towards the end of the game. You don't know when that run's coming, but it usually comes out of the solid defense you're playing. Yes,
and that's exactly what took place at Nevada. A very well-coached team. Blake does a great job with his group. We felt like we had a great start to the game, and the score didn't indicate that because we couldn't convert on some of our steals into points. So we were up 2 at half, but in the third quarter, quarter, we had a 13-0 run to start the third, and that was fueled by our defense. He had to call a quick timeout and readjust, and that gave us some confidence going forward on some things that we take pride in and some things that we know that we can do well. And like you said, it just builds and builds upon it, and we don't know when it's going to take place. But unfortunate for us in that game, it took place in the third, and we got to separate ourselves and give ourselves some breathing room in that game.
As you continue to build your offense, how much do you want to rely on the transition game? How much do you want to rely on the half-court game?
We really want them to get out in transition if possible. I feel like it's easier to get a basket that way. It's harder for a defense to sprint back and get set up if you can get your girls to rebound and then to fill lanes and run. But we know that we have to improve in our half-court game, because as the season nears to an end and we get into the third season, which is districts, it's going to come down to critical offensive sets on that side of the ball and what you can do against a defense. If you really struggle in the half court, teams are going to make you play in the half court and see what you're capable of. So I feel like that part of our game is a work in progress, and we've been doing some really good things, but again, it just depends on opponent and depends on what defense we see that night. So
finally, Coach, what are the keys to victory for the Cardinals tonight?
As I've said in the past, I feel like our number one key is rebounding. They are a team that crashes the boards really, really well. They get seconds and thirds. I feel like we have to contest threes. They hit 7 or 8 on Friday night at St. Mary's Colgan, so we know we need to rebound and contest and contain their shooters. And then on our end, I feel like we need to shoot the ball with confidence, and we need to let our defense create offensive opportunities for us.
Coach, good luck in tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime and after the game.
Thank you, Scott. I'm looking forward to it.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep.
Whoa, that's
helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
And good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coaches Show. Scott Boudreau along with the head coach, Grant Barrett. And Cardinals fresh off a win last Thursday against Nevada on the road. You're back home tonight against Carl Junction. Rivalry game in a lot of sense, but a game that certainly Webb City Cardinals is very capable of competing at the level with Carl Junction, even though maybe the last few years that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, we are excited about the opportunity. We know that in the past that CJ has had the upper hand on us on several occasions. We feel like this summer we played close, and we feel like in our jamboree that we did some really good things. I think you got to throw the records out the window in a game like this, because the kids all know each other and they grew up playing against each other. And I think it's who can execute their game plan the quickest and who can come out with some early confidence and prove that they should be the ones to win the game.
In the Nevada game, you continue to show that defense is so important, because when you can hold the team down and then you're the one getting the extra shots, the extra transition opportunities, it makes a difference towards the end of the game. You don't know when that run's coming, but it usually comes out of the solid defense you're playing.
Yes, and that's exactly what took place in Nevada. A very well-coached team. Blake does a great job with his group. We felt like we had a great start to the game, and the score didn't indicate that, because we couldn't convert on some of our steals into points. So we were up 2 at half, but in the third quarter, quarter, we had a 13-0 run to start the third, and that was fueled by our defense. He had to call a quick timeout and readjust, and that gave us some confidence going forward on some things that we take pride in and some things that we know that we can do well. And like you said, it just builds and builds upon it, and we don't know when it's going to take place. But unfortunate for us in that game, it took place in the third, and we got to separate ourselves and give ourselves some breathing room in that game.
As you continue to build your offense, how much do you want to rely on the transition game? How much do you want to rely on the half-court game?
We really want to get out in transition if possible. I feel like it's easier to get a basket that way. It's harder for a defense to sprint back and get set up if you can get your girls to rebound and then to fill lanes and run. But we know that we have to improve in our half-court game because as the season nears to an end and we get into the third seed.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coach's Show. Scott Boudreau, along with the head coach, Grant Barrett. Cardinals fresh off a win last Thursday against Nevada on the road. You're back home tonight against Carl Junction. Rivalry game in a lot of sense, but a game that certainly Webb City Cardinals very capable of competing at the level with Carl Junction, even though maybe the last few years that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, we are excited about the opportunity. We know that in the past that CJ has had the upper hand on us on several occasions. We feel like this summer we played even close. We feel like in our jamboree that we did some really good things. I think you got to throw the records out the window in a game like this because the kids all know each other and they grew up playing against each other. And I think it's who can execute their game plan the quickest and who can come out with some early confidence and prove that they should be the ones and to win the game.
In the Nevada game, you continue to show that defense is so important because when you can hold the team down and then you're the one getting the extra shots, the extra transition opportunities, it makes a difference towards the end of the game. You don't know when that run's coming, but it usually comes out of the solid defense you're playing.
Yes, and that's exactly what took place in Nevada. A very well-coached team. Blake does a great job with his group. We felt like we had a great start to the game and the score didn't indicate that because we couldn't convert on some of our steals into points. So we were up 2 at half, but in the third quarter we had a 13-0 run to start the third, and that was fueled by our defense. He had to call a quick timeout and readjust, and that gave us some confidence going forward on some things that we take pride in and some things that we know that we can do well. And like you said, it just builds and builds upon it, and we don't know when it's going to take place. Unfortunate for us, in that game, it took place in the third, and we got to separate ourselves and give ourselves some breathing room in that game.
As you continue to build your offense, how much do you want to rely on the transition game? How much do you want to rely on the half-court game?
We really want them to get out in transition if possible. I feel like it's easier to get a basket that way. It's harder for a defense to sprint back and get set up if you can get your girls to rebound and then to fill lanes and run. But we know that we have to improve in our half-court game because as the season nears to an end and we get into the third season, which is districts, it's going to come down to critical offensive sets on that side of the ball and what you can do against a defense. If you really struggle in the half court, teams are going to make you play in that half court and see what you're capable of. So I feel like that part of our game is a work in progress. We've been doing some really good things, but again, it just depends on the opponent. It depends on what defense we see that night. So
finally, Coach, what are the keys to victory for the Cardinals tonight?
As I've said in the past, I feel like our number one key is rebounding. They are a team that crashes manages the boards
Sargent with the basketball,
really well. They
play.
get seconds and thirds. I feel like we have to contest threes. They hit 7 or 8 on Friday night at St. Mary's Colgan. So we know we need to rebound and contest and contain their shooters. So, and then on our end, I feel like we need to shoot the ball with confidence, and we need to let our defense create offensive opportunities for us.
Coach, good luck in tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime and after the game.
Thanks, Scott.
Inside to go to Williams. Her shot up. No good. Rebound that time by Howard, and she puts it in. 2-0 Bulldogs. Abby Sargent calls out the play, guarded by Deshae Berge. Picks up her dribble, and now Addie Burns going to lose it in the backcourt. Not connecting right now in the offensive sets. It just looked like they're not in the right spot for where they want to run the show right now. Hocutt with the basketball. Guarded by Whitley Keith. Inside they go to Howard. Spins, turns, up and over Maxwell for 2 more. 4-0 Bulldogs. Got to challenge that shot, Dimitri.
Absolutely, and it's a perfect night for Maxwell. She's got to be able to prove herself in that starting 5, and she's got to be there for good. She's got to be dominant tonight.
Whitley Keith has tried 2 bounce passes. Bulldogs have been ready for it. They got to feed Maxwell over the top, in my opinion, on that play. She's getting good penetration, but then the Bulldogs are waiting for the little bounce pass. Sure, they've seen it on film as the Bulldogs turn it over and the Cardinals get it back.
And it's to your point earlier, Scott, they're just not connecting on offensive sets. I mean, maybe they didn't think that they were going to get this deny man, but they got to move around off the ball, and that's going to set up more and more opportunities for each other.
Sargent throws it too far out front. Once again, a backcourt violation for the Cardinals. That's 2 things going on there. You're dragging to the right wing, and so you want the person at the point to drag towards you just a couple steps. Make that an easier pass.
Absolutely. I mean, you just got to be able to show your face. I mean, whether you're open or not, you got to be able to move. You got to be able to get off the dribble.
Howard for 3, no good. Picked up by Deshae Berge, no good. And Maxwell with the rebound. Cardinals looking to run here. Sargent all the way down the court. Late bounce pass to Schultz. Guarded in the corner now and trapped. And spins out of it. And no, they're going to call a jump ball. And possession will go back to the Bulldogs. And the Cardinals want a timeout. We'll take it with you back here in 30 seconds with the Cardinals trailing 4-0. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
And good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coaches Show.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Cardinals trail 4-0. Desi Williams with the shot from the baseline is good. And the Bulldogs on point here offensively early. Cardinals yet to get a shot. There's a pass inside to Maxwell. Her shot partially blocked. Gets it back. Gives it to Sargent. Now she gets it back to Maxwell, who kicks it out to Schultz. Now to Sargent up top. Down the lane she goes, and it'll get her for a travel. You got to understand the way they're collapsing that. You either got to stop before the trap, or as I said earlier, throw it over the top.
Absolutely, but they're just playing too undecisive right now, Scott.
Cardinals steal it. Whitley Keith has it. Swing it to Sargent out top. Let's see if they can get Burns going on the weave. Burns at the elbow, spins on Desi Williams. Had it knocked away. Whitley Keith for 3. It's good. Just had to get a shot up, and the Cardinals trail 6-3. 5:11 left here in the first. Keith with a steal. Had it blocked. Burns gets it back. Cross-court pass to Sargent down the baseline. Fouled by Berge. And you saw there, when the ball movement is crisp, you're going to open up what the Bulldogs are trying to counter with defensively.
Oh, 100%, but they got to get Keith going. I mean, as we were talking about earlier with them stagger screens and down screens.
There's another 3 by Keith, and we're tied at 6. So inefficient maybe for the first couple minutes. Cardinals know now they're right back in it. Now they'll put on their 1-2-2 trap. Howard with the basketball for the Bulldogs. To Williams. Trapped there by Sargent. Gets it back to Howard. She's trapped by Sargent. And nearly knocked away. Holcutt with it now. Goes down the lane. Kicks it out. And shot off the mark that time by Harris. And Schultz will get it up the floor to Sargent. Dribbles down the lane. Puts it up. No good. And Maxwell mistimed her jump, but they knocked it out of her hands. It'll go back to the Cardinals.
Sargent could have a really big night here. I mean, she's got Deshae Berge all the way up on the volleyball line. I mean, she's quick enough. She's got the ball handling. She can go to the basket and try to make some playmakes happen.
Well, they're taking away what I call the easy reads right now. So you got to maybe kick it one more pass away from the easy read. There's a pass in the corner. Whitley Keith for another three. No good. Rebound Burns. And she spins and has the shot blocked by Williams. Here comes Williams the other way. She's had a couple of good defensive stops already. Holcutt with it now, top of the key. Wants to get down the lane. Shot up and missing. Sargent with a rebound, looking to run. Has Burns in the corner for three. No good, off the Cardinals. Maxwell that time. I didn't mind that transition three. It's a good look for Sargent. Cardinals back in their 1-2-2 press. We're tied at 6. A steal by Burns. Sargent goes up against Howard, and she's fouled. That's the attack you want to see, Will. If you're going into traffic, don't throw it away. Get a shot up and get to the free throw line, as you talked about in one of your keys.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a key that we've had kind of all year. Instead of going straight up or even going backwards as a fade, go ahead, jump into the contact, go up towards the rim. Don't shoot it, I guess, defensively, I guess you could say. Be on the offensive side. Go get it.
Both free throws good for Sargent. 8-6. The Cardinals take their first lead of the night. 3:35 left here in the first. Williams with it in the backcourt. Gets it to Holcutt. Now knocked away by Sargent. Should be called for contact there. She swiped it from behind. May have hit her. May have been a hip check there or something. We go back to the Bulldogs. First foul on Sargent. Howard throws it into Williams. Cardinals maintain that trap. Harris in the corner to Deshae Berge for three. No good. Tracked down by Williams. Kicks it back to Holcutt. Now back to Williams. Cross court to Harris for three. No good. Rebound by Burns. Gives it up to Sargent. She's got an open floor. Puts it up with the left hand. No good. Rebound Schultz. She's fouled and she'll go to the free throw line.
That's the biggest thing for Schultz this year. She's got to be one of those players like we've seen in the boys' game for Dalton Riggs. It's got to hurt when you go against her, and she's got to do all the dirty work. So she's a senior this year. She sits in the soft spot. She gets to the line. She gets those defensive rebounds, but she's got to turn in a really big night here.
Coach Brooke Stauffer and head coach Grant Barrett talking to their point guard, Abby Sargent. You know she's quick and she can get downhill in a hurry. You're talking just about settling down. You get close to that shot. Both free throws missed by Schultz. The Cardinals still lead 8-6. We're under 3 minutes here in the first. Williams in the corner to Holcutt. Back to Williams. She walked with it. Tried to gather herself. Took the steps. Cardinals are creating the turnovers. One thing that came out of Nevada's game, knowing that they had created over 20 turnovers, it was just the conversion rate in transition they were looking to improve, and we'll see if they can do that here tonight. Whitley Keith for three. No good. And Howard with the rebound gives it up to Williams. Trapped in the backcourt once again. Now give it up to Holcutt. Whitley Keith cut off that baseline well, or the sideline well. Harris fakes it, gives it to Howard. Looking to drive on Maxwell. puts it up and blocked. Got it back and put it in. That's good persistence by Howard. Good block by Maxwell, just couldn't retrieve it. Sargent in the corner, on the weave to Burns. Burns looking for a screen or something. Now to Schultz. Looking to hand it off to Sargent. She cuts inside, puts it up with the right hand, through traffic and good. 10-8, the Cardinals retake the lead. And a near steal, but over the head of Hocutt that time as Whitley Keith stepped in front of it, then let it go over her head and off the hands of Hocutt that time. Goes right back to the Cardinals. Sargent has it in the backcourt against Berge. Now to Whitley Keith. She's trying to fend off Hocutt. They get it to Schultz. Spins, turns. Shot no good, but I like the effort there. And a steal by Burns. She's by herself. And to the cup she goes for two. 12-8 the Cardinals lead with a minute left here in the first.
Just as you and Will were talking about, I mean, they're getting turnovers, they're getting the steals they need, but just as always Will says in his keys every week, they got to turn those into points as the Lady Bulldogs throw it away.
And having seen the Cardinals go on a little run here, head coach Ryan O'Daffer wants a timeout. We'll take it with you. The Cardinals leading 12-8 back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Being played here, and the Cardinals look a little more alive on the offensive end on the last half of this quarter after struggling in the first 3 minutes. They lead at 12-8. Good penetration and a couple of threes knocked down by Whitley Keith. There's the curl by Maxwell. Howard fronted it, up and under move by Sargent, and they'll get a foul. And I think it's going to be on Abby Sargent, her second. And you hate to see that second foul in the first quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, that's when you're primary ball handlers. But more importantly, I mean, she's out there guarding Williams, the full 94. I mean, the second she catches on that volleyball line, she's got to guard him. So now that Sinclair's in the game, she's got to step up. She got to do the dirty work as well.
Sinclair will play the top of that 1-2-2. She knocks the ball away. Burns picks it up. Whitley Keith for three. In and out, rebound Burns. To Schultz. Now to Whitley Keith, who'll play a little bit of point guard here. Gets down the lane, kicks it out to Burns for three. And it's good. And the Cardinals lead at 15-8. 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Howard brings it across to Hocutt. All the way to the cup, no good. She rushed the shot. Cardinals really doing a good job stopping everything, and that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it's the Cardinals 15, the Carl Junction Bulldogs 8. Back here with second quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year. Go Cards!
Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios. We'll tell you some of our sponsors include Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Burpo Family Chiropractic, Arvest Wealth Management, Snodgrass Collision Center, Reeves Tire and Automotive, Papa John's Pizza of Webb City, Hot Mongolian Grill, Price Family Insurance and Financial Services, Big Nickel, ProLube Maintenance Center, Madison Pet Clinic, Roderick Insurance Agency, Baker Davis Roderick, CPAs. Cardinals got down 6-0, and then a couple of threes by Whitley Keith got them even. That seemed to give the rest of the ball club some confidence. We've seen some free throws knocked down, a couple layups, and then a three by Burns to give them this 15-8 advantage as we start the second quarter. Handoff on the weave to Whitley Keith. Back to Burns. Wanted to put it up, but Williams right there on the close. Burns puts it up. No good, and here comes Williams with it. Schultz on her.
Cardinals switching to more of a man look.
And there's Howard for three. Her shot off the mark. Rebound Williams knocked her own teammate down. Cardinals fighting for the basketball, but what you don't like there is the ball hit the floor before anybody made an attempt to go get it.
Oh, yeah, 100%, but it's like the little box out drills you do day one. I mean, you're boxing out, you're trying to push someone all the way to the sideline. So if the ball's going to hit the ground, we got to hope that the Lady Cardinals pick it up and go in transition.
Triplett is checked in for the Bulldogs. Howard looking for somebody to throw it in, gets it to Berge. Around the horn they go to Williams for three. Her shot off the mark. And again, Cardinals let it hit the floor, and Coach Grant Barrett's going to do something about that. Here comes a nice pass from Brecklin Sargent to Adeline Maxwell for the finish, and it's 17-8 Cardinals.
Just as you talked about, Scott, I mean, they threw it high to Maxwell right there, and she kept it high and put it in sweet off the glass.
Triplett gets it to Williams. Now Howard. Now Triplett has it. Double teamed there by a couple of Cardinals. Now Williams puts one up, and then Howard with the rebound. She's been tough on that offside rebound. She just seems to know where to be, and a lot of that's just the want to. She'll go to the free throw line for two. We'll tell you about some more of our sponsors, including Missouri Southern State University, Webb City Booster Club, Dairy Queen of Webb City, Express RX in Webb City, Body and Soul Transformation, Nick Myers CPA, and Crowder College. So Howard at the line makes the first free throw. That breaks the scoring drought for the Bulldogs. Makes the second as well, 17-10. Cardinals lead it. Brecklin Sargent running the point for the Cardinals, guarded by Berge. She'll get it to Burns, guarded by Williams. Now on the handoff to Whitley Keith, guarded by Triplett. Down the lane she goes. Left-handed shot blocked. Picked up by Chasney Brown, who checked in. Now to Kenzie Horn, who checked in. Whitley Keith for three, no good. Off the hands of Brecklin Sargent, and back to the Bulldogs. So a young team out here right now for this Cardinal Ball Club, but these are all players you expect to contribute throughout the year.
Oh, yeah, and they're players that you know they're going to go box out. You know they're going to go dive on the floor. So I think what Grant Bryant's trying to get out of them is just some hustle points right here this last quarter.
Kenzie Williams all the way down the lane. The one thing you can't let her do is penetrate. She can make that runner anytime she wants. 17-12 as the Bulldogs have closed the gap while some of the starters get a break for the Cardinals. Addie Burns double teamed and threw it away. I think it went off one of the Bulldogs. Coach Grant Barron asking Devin Turtelot making the ruling over there. Triplett walks with the basketball, so the Cardinals get it right back on a gift.
It's the saying, Scott. I mean, ball don't lie. I mean, that's what they always say. Same thing on a clutch free throw or a three-pointer that maybe someone stepped out on, or maybe their foot was on the line. I mean, ball never lies.
And Brecklin Sargent gives it up to Eddie Burns on a give and go. Knocked away, picked up by Burns. Sargent inside, double, triple team, and she's going to get tied up. It'll go back to the Cardinals. That's one thing we've seen the Bulldogs do very well tonight, and that's really collapse on the inside. So that tells you either got to get the shot up quick or you got to bring it back out and try a different way. There's Whitley Keith for three from the corner. It's good. 20-12, the Cardinals lead. 5:15 left here in the second quarter. Knocked away by Sargent. She fakes against Desi Williams. Didn't want to foul her that time, and she got it up and in.
I mean, that was a great move. I mean, the head fake was perfect, and you're trying to get one of their best players in foul trouble, and that's what Sargent did on that break.
And another travel violation. This time on Delaney Harris, who checked in for the Bulldogs. Deshae Berge will check out. Cardinals with a 22-12 lead with 4:55 left here in the second quarter. Brecklin Sargent on the handoff to Burns. Jumper from the elbow, off the mark, picked up by Triplett. Looking to dribble through traffic. And all you want to do there is step in front of her. She'd have run you right over.
Absolutely. I mean, but you just got to take that one right through the chest. I mean, no one really wants to take a charge. I mean, we said it last week. I mean, it's nothing small to do, so you just got to be willing to do it, especially in the open court.
Harris with the basketball. And again, if you move your feet first and get your body there, then you don't have to make that reach. That time, Whitley Keith will get called for the foul, her first. Third team foul on the Cardinals in this quarter. Desi Williams to throw it in. Gets it to Howard. Back out to Williams. Hokut's checked back in. She's at the top of the key. Horn chasing her. Now they trap Harris. Good job by Horn and Chesney Brown. They got a 5-second call, a timeout called by the Bulldogs. And we'll take it with you back here in 30 seconds with the Cardinals leading 22-12 in the second quarter. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
And we welcome you back to the Cardinal Dome, Webb City High School. Cardinals lead at 22-12 with 4:22 left here in the second quarter. Bulldogs went on a little 4-0 run. Cardinals answered with a little 5-0 run. Hokut gets it to Williams. Back to Hokut for three at the top of the key. It's good. Too wide open there, and she knocks it down. I think that's the first three of the night for the Bulldogs. Here comes Brecklin Sargent all the way to the cup. Puts it up with the left hand. She's got four. 24-15, the Cardinals lead. Williams across to Hokut. Now to Harris for three. Her shot long. Williams fighting for the rebound. Picked up by Brecklin Sargent. Nobody tougher. Oh, she tried to throw the long pass. She had Kinsey Horn open. Just couldn't get enough leverage on it.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to take it one or two more dribbles or take it to the rack yourself.
And Hokut picked up the rebound on the miss. Now they get it out to Howard and back to Hokut. In the corner to Harris. And they got it inside to Williams that time. And Whitley Keith with the foul, her second. Adeline Maxwell going to check in for Chesney Brown. Whitley Keith got to be careful riding these two fouls the last 3 minutes of the half. Hokut on the baseline, trap, stolen. Great anticipation there.
I mean, it was the issue that probably Coach Barrett said right there. I mean, once that trap's filled, someone's got to help, and then the helper's got to help. So you just got to fly around, you got to rotate, and you got to communicate, and that's what Maxwell did all the way down on the baseline to our defense.
Desi Williams gets it across to Deshae Berge, who missed the easy shot. Horn comes up the floor with it and knocked out of bounds by either Berge or Harris. One, and it'll go back to the Cardinals on the deep sideline across from us. Horn throws it into Burns, guarded by Williams. She can put a little spin move on her. That time she challenged her. Williams wants to block that shot, so you just got to make some hesitation moves, and that time she gets the contact.
It's easier said than done, though, Scott. I mean, she's played smart. I mean, that's only her first foul in 2 quarters, and she's probably had about 3 or 4 blocks tonight. I mean, she's a smart jumper, but you got to get her in there. The head and the ball have to go in the air. As the first shot by Burns is good. You got to fool everything and then try to jump into her. And as Will said, you got to go into there offensively. You can't be defensive trying to draw a foul, especially against Desi Williams.
Addie Burns shoots 73% on the year from the free throw line. First one was good, and announcer Jinx gets the second one to miss, but Brecklin Sargent picked up, and she tried to throw it through the legs of a couple of Bulldogs. Now tied up on the ground is Whitley Keith, and it'll go back to the Bulldogs. Cardinals lead 25-15, 2:47 left here in the second quarter. Williams against this tough 1-2-2 trapping press. And get it to Howard. In the corner to Berge. Her 3 off the mark. Picked up by Williams. Burns on her. Now Triplett gives a screen. Howard with a side screen. Rolls to the basket. Blocked by Maxwell, and Horn picks it up. Beautiful timing by Maxwell. See if they can get inside to her. There's a 3 by Whitley Keith. It's good. She's got 4 threes for 12 points here in the first half. 28-15, the Cardinals lead, and these threes have been the difference in the ballgame, besides the solid defense that the Cardinals are playing.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, and that's momentum right there, especially when Maxwell gets a block. I mean, she's a presence down there. So she's altering shots even if she's not blocking it. But more importantly, a leader like Keith stepping into that transition 3. I mean, the bench went crazy, and Long's been a key part of that. I mean, yes, she's out in the injury, but she's got to be able to lead and provide that extra energy.
1:58 left, and at the free throw line is Hokut for the Bulldogs. Coach Ryan O'Daffer giving some instructions to Williams here. Hokut's second free throw right through there. 28-16, the Cardinals lead by 8. Addie Burns will bring it across. Abby Sargent picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter, and so she set the second quarter. There's Burns to the cup one more time and fouled there by either Triplett or Howard. She's tall enough. She can keep that ball away from you for a long time, and she's got that last step she takes. She uses that length that she has. Burns puts the first one through the net as Jenna Schultz will check in for Whitley Keith with 1:46 left. Want to protect that foul situation for her.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely. But back to Burns, I mean, she's got the length, she got the athleticism, so the ball fakes are absolutely money. And as her second free throw rolls off the rim, if she can get that fadeaway going, Scott, I mean, she's going to be real good real soon.
She's got 7 on the night. Misses the second free throw. 29-16 Cardinals, 1:45 left. And Cardinals will try to shut down the Bulldogs on another possession. Howard, top of the key for 3, no good. And rebound by Maxwell. She wasn't sure if it was going to be called out of bounds. Brecklin Sargent, who checked in, puts up the left hand, no good. Burns with the rebound, no good. Maxwell with the rebound, gets her own, puts it back, no good. And it'll be out of bounds on the Bulldogs. Boy, 3 attempts there. You got to love the persistence.
I mean, it almost got to the point where I thought they were missing on purpose, trying to get the offensive stats up. I mean, trying to make Coach happy for that halftime report.
Kenzie Horn to throw it in. Gets it up top to Burns for 3. It's good. Well, everybody expected Keith to get that in the corner. They left Burns wide open. It's 32-16. They've doubled up the Bulldogs, have the Cardinals. A minute to go here in the first half. Howard back to Williams at the free throw line, off the mark. Rebound Maxwell, and gets it to Kenzie Horn. She'll bring it up the floor. Getting some good minutes is Horn. On the cut, Whitley Keith tried to go inside to Maxwell, and they'll get her for a 3-second call. I don't see that often anymore, but that time Maxwell, probably expecting the pass earlier, was camped out, positioned where she wanted to be. Cardinals just couldn't get it to her. 38 seconds left as Schultz checked back in for Whitley Keith. Here comes Hocutt with it, down the baseline against Maxwell and Schultz. She's trapped. Throws it out to Williams. Now she's trapped. Nearly throws it away. Williams has it inside against Maxwell. Nice fadeaway there for two. 32-18, 15 seconds left here in the first half. They get it to Burns. She'll operate off the screen into the lane, and a foul called on Howard. Again, Burns, a nice job forcing the action to pick up a couple more free throw attempts here.
I mean, she just went right through Howard. I mean, that's what you like to see. I mean, they haven't been really letting them play a little bit with the hip and hand checks, but what Burns did right there, trying to put another starter in foul trouble, is exactly what Coach Brown wants to see.
Howard picks up her second. First free throw by Burns is good. She's got 11 now. 8 seconds left here in the first half. And the second free throw good. 34-18, the Cardinals lead it. Triplett loses it out of bounds with 3.8 seconds in front of the Cardinals bench. And let's see if the Cardinals can get off a last shot. You want somebody who can throw that long pass if possible here. Maybe get somebody on a curl from in front of the Cardinals bench. Horn throws it in to Sargent. She's got time to get it up all the way to the cup. And just missing. Maxwell late with the rebound putback. But at the half, it's the Cardinals 34. The Carl Junction Bulldogs 18. We'll come back with our halftime show brought to you by Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 3 minutes.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
And we welcome you back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School as the home crowd being entertained by the Webb City Redettes, and it's the Cardinals leading the Carl Junction Bulldogs 34-18 after a 6-0 deficit early in that first quarter. Cardinals got on track with a couple of threes by Whitley Keith, and then I felt like everybody else kind of started to settle in, and the defense applying the pressure, everybody else starting to get involved, and that was the difference in this first half. Cardinals' ability to make some threes, ability to get inside with Maxwell and Sargent and Whitley Keith, and Burns hot late in that second quarter. But what'd you guys see in that first half?
I mean, it's just from your leaders. I mean, the leadership is there. I mean, whether it's by example or whether it's through verbal words, I mean, but they're contagious. I mean, the second Keith hit that three, all of a sudden Burns was pulling up from the elbow. All of a sudden, defense is running around, flying around in the trap. And the second they hit about 2-3 threes, I mean, Coach Brandt, he put them right into that trap so they can fly around, they can play confidence, and more importantly, they can communicate more. So now they're in that half-court trap. I mean, Maxwell and Burns are in the back there, and they got to be able to communicate. And they did a really good job, and now they're up 16 points here at half, and they're looking to keep pouring it on.
One of the things the Cardinals want to do better still is that inside game. Just 11 for 32 from two-point range, 6 for 11 from three-point range, but they hold the Bulldogs to 26% shooting in that first half and just 1 for 12 from the three-point line, Will.
Yeah, you're going to win a lot of games by doing that defensively. Obviously, you know, at the end of the day, whoever's got the most points will be the winner, and if you can keep their numbers as low as that, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, 15 turnovers for the Bulldogs to just 9 for the Cardinals, and that's a good sign. The rebounding dead even right now, as the stats tell us, courtesy of Tim Workman and Jan Workman down on the floor. But Cardinals could shoot a better percentage with some of the inside play, but a lot of that was challenged. A lot of it was tough shots, and I thought they still did a good job forcing the action. And free throws in that first half, a big difference as well, as the Cardinals go 6 for 10 at the free throw line, 3 for 4 for the Bulldogs. We'll go ahead and take another 3-minute timeout, come back with our visit with head coach Grant Barrett. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here. Cardinals lead 34-18. We'll send it down to Scott Boudreau on the sideline with head coach Grant Barrett.
Coach, a slow beginning, but once Whitley Keith hit those first 2 threes, looked like your offense got a little more together and on track, and then your defense kicked in as well.
Well, in order for us to press, we've got to score the ball. I mean, in the first few minutes of that second half, or that first half. So when the ball goes in, and the rim gets bigger and bigger for all of our girls, and I thought that we shot it better after Whitley got going. But we have to go out and set the tone like the first 4 minutes of this half and to keep up on what we finished the half on. So,
good luck in the second half, Coach.
I appreciate it.
And we'll take a 1-minute break here. Come back with second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Body and Soul Transformation, located at 1703 Falcon Suite C in Webb City, is a 10,000 square foot, 24-hour fitness center and specialized personal training facility. They offer a variety of group fitness classes. They now accept silver sneakers and have classes for seniors. They also hold kids and youth events. They have something to offer everyone in the family and even have a kids zone for busy parents. Body and Soul Transformation in Webb City, 417-553-0757 or online at bodysoultransformation.com.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And we welcome you back to the Cardinal Dome as we get set for second half action. The Cardinals leading 34-18. And guys, you heard it in Coach Barrett's comments there. He believes the first part of this third quarter are really key to maintaining the leverage that they have right now.
I mean, you just got to do exactly what the group on there, whether it's Chesney Brown out there, was the other Sargent sister. I mean, this starting five has to set the tone, just as Coach Barrett said, but it starts through defense. And as he said as well, I mean, the basket gets bigger and bigger, so they just got to stay confident, and they just got putting up a good clip of shots right here, Scott.
Abby Sargent with the basketball for the Cardinals for the first possession of this half. Gets it to Addie Burns. On the curls, Maxwell, waiting for the ball club to get in right position. Now to Maxwell. On to Jenna Schultz. Whitley Keith looked for a backdoor cut, didn't have it. Now Schultz down the lane, scoop shot, no good, lost by Howard. Maxwell picks it up, puts it in, missed it, got her own rebound, and they blocked her putback shot. And I would think that's a jump ball, but they're going to call a walk on Maxwell as if she came up and down with the basketball still in her hands. So Delaney Harris checks in for Howard. Don't know if they spotted something, but I think Howard got popped in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Williams with the basketball for the Bulldogs. Here comes Harris with it. Back to Williams. Over to Holcutt. Inside to Williams. Now back to Harris for three. Rebound Maxwell off the miss. She'll get it to Whitley Keith and push it down the middle of the floor with Berge on her. There's Burns on the curl against Williams. Now in the corner to Schultz. He'll drag it out to the top of the key, and a reach foul that time on Dempsey Harris. And Will, earlier this week, a big announcement for the Lady Cardinals softball team. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, breaking news last night from Webb City. Teacher and coach for the girls softball team, Shauna Friend, is stepping down from her position as head coach. She coached the softball team for 10 years, and she got a pretty good resume, over 200 wins, 4 district championships, and 1 state title appearance. So a big shout out to her, and thanks a lot for 10 good years of softball.
Shauna Friend did an outstanding job with that program, and again, be tough shoes to fill, but we wish her continued success. She's a great teacher in the classroom and been a great mentor on the softball field to 10 years worth of Webb City Lady Cardinal players, and beyond that as well, just her influence in the community is so outstanding. Schultz at the free throw line knocks down her first free throw. We'll tell you about some of our sponsors, including Pam Drake at Roderick Insurance Agency. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Roderick Insurance Agency has served the area since 1945, located at 108 North Main Street, offering insurance plans, including auto, home, business, and more. A variety of companies. For more information, call 673-1242 or online at RoderickInsuranceAgency.com. As Deshae Berge hits a 3 from the corner, 36-21, the Cardinals by 15. Burns in the lane, had her shot blocked by Williams. And they're going to say no. They're going to say she just short-armed that one. Maybe anticipated the block. Looked like a tip. Howard checks back in after some attention. And now Holcutt has it. Trapped by Burns on that sideline. And get it back to Howard against Keith. Outside to Berge for 3. Her shot no good. And trying to save it in bounds that time was Ellicott, but Cardinals picked up the loose ball. Schultz has it. Looking for someone to hand off to. There's Keith down the left side. Kicks it out to Abby Sargent for 3. It's a good-looking shot for Abby Sargent. She's on the board now. As I said, she had to sit most of that second quarter after picking up a couple of fouls in the first. Cardinals lead at 39-21. Williams down the lane, challenges Maxwell and puts it in. Here comes Abby Sargent with it. Hands it off to Whitley Keith, guarded by Berge. Bounce pass to Burns, in the middle of the lane, puts it up with the left hand, knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. She's trying to get to that little left-hand scoop off the glass.
Well, when you have such a great defender like Desi Williams, I mean, she's going to be able to read that. She can move laterally quick enough, and she's got the vert as well.
Oh, nice feed inside on the baseline out of bounds play from Abby Sargent to Maxwell, who made the cut, got across the face of the defender, puts it in for 2. Now Schultz called for a foul. That's Maxwell's 4th points of the night. 41-23 Cardinals. Baseline out of bounds for the Bulldogs. Cardinals will zone it. And they get it outside to Holcutt for 3. Challenged by Whitley Keith, but she puts it in. You can't let the Bulldogs wide open. They've knocked down a pair of threes here in the third. There comes Sargent all the way down the lane. Tried to get it to Maxwell. Now Williams with a loose ball. Up ahead is Deshae Berge and puts it up for 2 more. Bulldogs playing with some intensity defensively right now. Cut the lead to 13, 41-28. The Cardinals lead it.
It's leading to wide open shots, so I mean that's probably the 4th wide open three-pointer and maybe the 2nd one right in the middle of the paint. So the defensively, Cardinals got to figure something out.
Yeah, they're not taking care of the basketball on the offensive side right now. Coach Grant Barrett asking for something, but That's just not a good position to get yourself trapped in a corner and then try to hand off to someone who's just as trapped as you are. Cardinals will learn from that. Williams comes down the lane with it, cut off by Whitley Keith. Howard, top of the key for three. It's good. And the Bulldogs, hot from the three-point line in this quarter, have cut the lead to 10, 41-31. Coach Grant Barrett has seen enough. He wants a timeout. We'll take it with you back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios. Cardinals led 34-18 at the half. Bulldogs on a 13-7 run right now with 3 threes accompanying this run. And Cardinals got to get reorganized offensively. There goes Abby Sargent down the lane, and she's fouled and knocks it in as well. So that time took advantage and used her aggressiveness to get to the cup.
I mean, she can beat probably anybody in the COC off the dribble. So the more important thing is trying to get a flat screen, Scott. So really the ball handler with the hesitation, she can really choose which way she wants to screen. And trying to catch the denying defender and man off surprise, I mean, that'll get her any bucket she wants.
Jasney Brown checks in for Maxwell as Sargent makes it a three-point play and the lead back to 44-31. 3.5 minutes left here in the third. Williams trapped, stolen by Schultz, tried to save it in. Outstanding play and read by Jenna Schultz that time. Just couldn't flip it to her teammates. It'll go back to the Bulldogs as Williams throws it into Howard. Loses her dribble, now back out to Hokut. Trapped there by Sargent and Keith. Now to Berge. Cross court to Howard. In the corner to Williams. On the cut, Hokut. And now back to Williams. Dribbles through everybody, puts it up and in. She's just athletic and knows how to finish. 44-33, Cardinals by 11. Hokut on a reach that time. Got away with it against Sargent. But Sargent, nice bounce pass to Jasney Brown. Shot blocked by Williams. Got her own rebound and put it in. So persistence paying off.
Absolutely. I mean, she's only gotten about 5-10 minutes here in this quarter as the Lady Cardinals steal it away. I mean, she's got to do something. She's got to do all the hard work, and that's what she's doing tonight.
Sargent kicks it out to Burns for three. Off the mark, but picked up by Schultz. And put it up against traffic. Couldn't get it to go. Comes Howard with it for the Bulldogs. 46-33, the Cardinals lead it. Back to Hokut on the wing. Can't let her shoot. She's made 1 3 in this quarter. Berge by herself had a look at it. Knocked away by Burns. It'll be sideline out of bounds for the Bulldogs with Howard to throw it in. Back out to Hokut. Now to Howard. Inside they go to Williams. She's double teamed but fouled. Let's see if they get Jasney Brown on that on the front side. They do. Snodgrass Collision Center is honored to serve the area and support our local schools located at 1604 East 4th Street in Joplin. They specialize in complete body and frame repair, four-wheel alignment, and paintless dent repair. Snodgrass Collision Center, 781-7774. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals in tonight's game. Brecklin Sargent checks in for Whitley Keith. Bulldogs with another sideline out of bounds. Get it into Howard. Tied up by Brown for a moment. Ripped it away. Cross court to Hokut. Wide open for three. Off the mark. And a jump ball between Schultz and Williams that time will give it back to the Cardinals. And proudly supporting the Cardinals, Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. BDR provides payroll, bookkeeping, and bill payment services for churches and small businesses. Baker Davis Roderick is located at 920 East 15th Street in Joplin. For more information, call 782-0829 or online at bdrcpas.com. Brecklin Sargent to throw it in for the Cardinals. Berge guarding her. And a warning given to Deshae Berge, who was crossing the horizontal line there, not giving enough space for Brecklin to throw it in. And she did it again, stepping towards the sideline. And a technical foul's been called on Berge, and so Cardinals will shoot a technical free throw here. Devin Turtelot with the call. And the free throw is good by Sargent. She's got one more. Abby, that is. Abby with a second free throw. 12 points on the night for Abby Sargent. She's been productive considering she sat out that second quarter.
Same thing with Keith and Burns as well. I mean, that's 3 starters in double figures. I mean, in any regular game, besides one against the Lady Bulldogs where they're putting up a fight, I mean, that's a really good night.
Schultz in the paint against Howard. Turnaround jumper, no good. And rebound by the Bulldogs, Hocutt. There was no need to foul her.
I mean, I thought they may have gotten a jump ball by chance, but baseline judge may have gotten her on the foul, maybe on the arm, but that puts the Lady Bulldogs in the bonus as well.
48-33, the Cardinals lead it. And that's just the 4th team foul on the Cardinals, so shouldn't be any free throws here. It should be, I believe it should, just a sideline out of bounds for the Bulldogs. Actually should be baseline out of bounds after the made free throw. Or I mean where the contact happened was near the baseline. So Howard will throw it in. Cardinals will set up their 1-2-2 press. Howard gets it back from Williams, now dribbles across the timeline. And they go to Williams, her shot off the mark. Chesney Brown skies for the rebound. Showing her hops there, and here comes Whitley Keith. Burns against Williams. Now to Whitley Keith, guarded by Triplett, outside to Sargent for 3. 51-33 with less than a minute to go here in the third. Williams will try to save it in. Knocked away by Chesney Brown as the Cardinals have turned up the heat here in the last 3.
I mean, it's just like what Coach Brand said at halftime. I mean, the basket just gets wider. I mean, Sargent's found a little spot in the corner, and now that she's developed a 3-ball game, and she's still got 2 more years here at Webb City, so it's going to be dangerous to see what she does.
Williams with the basketball up top. Guarded by Brown. Now Howard for a long 2. It's good. 51-35. Cardinals lead by 16. Abby Sargent with the basketball, guarded by Hocutt, gets a screen from Burns. Now down the lane and kicks it out to Burns. Fakes the shot, goes down the lane. Scoop shot, no good. Got her own rebound and ripped away by Hocutt, knocked away by Brown. And the Bulldogs will get it back with 11 seconds in a full court to traverse for the last shot of the third, likely. Hocutt with the basketball. Now to Howard, now to Williams. Got to meet her early. They kick it out to Hocutt for 3. No good. Williams in there for the rebound, and give it back to the Bulldogs. There's no time on the clock. There's 0.2 seconds. You can't get a shot off. All you got to do is let them touch it. Don't foul. There you go. At the end of 3, it's the Cardinals 51. Carl Junction Bulldogs 35. We'll take a 30-second timeout, come back with fourth quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School. Cardinals lead at 51-35 after 3 quarters. Guys, how well do you think they executed what Coach Grant Barrett wanted there in the 3rd quarter, Will?
Well, I thought they did a really good job defensively. A little bit of a rough start. Those first 4 minutes that he wanted weren't exactly there, but I'd say the last 4 minutes were. So you kind of got half of what he wanted, but overall, a good job.
You expected the Bulldogs to make a run. They did it with 3 threes in that early part of the 3rd quarter. Closed within 10. Then the Cardinals answered, got the lead back to 16 as we start the 4th.
More importantly, they're just trying to take advantage of that little half-court trap that the Cardinals have going on. I mean, they're moving the ball well. Williams is handling the ball well. And Howard's developing her shot from the three-point as well.
There's a 3 by Harris, no good. Picked up by Whitley Keith, who gets it to Sargent. Coming down the lane against Howard. Kicks it out to Burns. Through traffic, had it stolen by Hokut. They'll have to get back. Berge on the run. Blocked by Burns, put back up by Williams. As we said earlier in the game, you just cannot try to go through the deep part of this defense that the Bulldogs are playing, because that's where they're trapping the most, is when you get it down low and you don't have an advantage because you've created some kind of overload maybe. Adeline Maxwell back in there for the Cardinals. They get it into Schultz. Now to Burns. And throw it away. Here comes Hokut with it. And puts it up for 2. 51-39. These Bulldogs not going to give up against the rival Webb City Cardinals. Sargent dribbles through everybody. Burns for 3. It's good. And good answer in transition, but a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with you with the Cardinals leading 54-39, 7:06 left in the 4th. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network back here in 30.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
Cardinal Dome, Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios. We'll tell you that supporting Webb City Cardinal Athletics is Webb City Florist and Greenhouse. They offer flower bouquets for all occasions, including birthdays, anniversaries, and funerals. Find out more, Webb City Florist and Greenhouse at 673-3780. You can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. Howard to throw it in for the Bulldogs. Hokut to Williams. Cardinals in their 1-2-2 full court press. Williams gets it stolen by Sargent. Trying to get it back to Howard, but good read by Abby Sargent. She gets 2 more. She leads the Cardinals with 17. Now she knocks it away off the shins of Howard that time, and another turnover for the Bulldogs. I mean, every time the Bulldogs have made a run, they've answered.
Absolutely, but they're just doing a good job with the trap, being able to communicate that. I mean, without the communication, Sargent's not in the correct spot right there.
They throw it away again, trying to get it to Maxwell. She's open early, and you got to throw that pass right through the gap if you're going to get it to her. Kicked by Abby Sargent, and it'll go back to the Bulldogs. Some of the underclassmen finishing their ball games in a couple of the other gyms, and more Cardinal fans pouring in. After this game, we'll have a boys varsity game between the Webb City Cardinals and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Cardinals lead here 56-39 with 6:30 left in the fourth. There's Harris for three. It's good. You can tell that Coach O'Daffer wants some good three-point shooting from this Bulldogs team, and I'd hate to play them on a night when they were hot early because they've shown they're capable of knocking it down. 56-42. Abby Sargent falls down but gets it to Whitley Keith. Inside to Burns. Her shot at the elbow, no good. Rebound by Howard.
As you were saying, Scott, I mean, Harris has had probably about 7-8 shots that have been wide open. So you catch him on a hot night with Burns with the block on Howard, and it'll remain Lady Bulldog ball. But you catch him on a hot night, Scott, this is a completely different ball game.
The Bulldogs will have it baseline out of bounds with Howard to throw it in. On the three is Berge off the mark from the corner. Howard with another rebound. She has been all over the boards tonight on both ends. Back out to Harris for three. It's good. Back-to-back threes by Harris. She's got 6. 56-45 back. Within 11 are the Bulldogs. Abby Sargent trapped by Harris. Now in the corner to Maxwell. Tried to get it into Burns. Knocked away by Williams. It's not that you don't want to challenge Williams, but you have to use whoever she's guarding to get it to someone else sometimes and then let the feed go in as she helps off. There's Sargent to Schultz. Back out to Abby Sargent. As Chesney Brown checked back in. Schultz down the baseline. Kicks it out to Abby Sargent. She'll drag it out to Whitley Keith. Now to Burns. Cardinals doing a good job creating. And a walking violation on Chesney Brown. Again, excellent trap in the baseline that time by the Bulldogs. Cardinals turn it over.
The trap was perfect, but more importantly, I mean, they didn't reach in, do anything like that. I mean, they stood their ground and they moved their feet well.
Williams gets it down the sideline against Keith, and good job by Whitley Keith to challenge it without fouling, and she missed the shot. Sargent up the floor with it. Trapped again by a couple of Bulldogs. Cardinals got to use the angles on this trap that the Bulldogs are using. They throw it away again. Here comes Berge with the basketball. Now to Harris for three. Shot no good. Over the back is Berge as Whitley Keith did a nice box out that time. But as soon as you see one of the Cardinal guards trap across the timeline, you want to reverse that quickly and then watch the cut happen off of that. See if you get an easy basket. Here comes that trap again. Whitley Keith gets it across. Now to Burns. And she's triple teamed, so the Cardinals throw it away again. 56-45 our score with 4 minutes left here in the fourth. Howard for a long two, no good. Williams with a rebound. And Maxwell gets her miss. Nearly threw it away, but Sargent picks it back up. Cardinals having some trouble against this Bulldog trap. Sargent to Burns. Now outside to Sargent. Turn down the three. See if they get it to Kenzie Horn. She's a capable three-point shooter in that corner. Have Maxwell dragging her way out. Cardinals trying to waste a little time, and I don't mind that either. Trying to kill some clock, see if they can get the Bulldogs back in a man defense, Dimitri. And a foul called. It'll be Holcutt with her fourth. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. We'll take it with you with the Cardinals leading 56-45. Back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Welcome back to Webb City High School here at the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd. Will Hedrick, Luke Taylor back at our studios. And we've seen a variation of the Bulldogs defense here early the second half of this fourth quarter. I think they had 4 straight steals, converted on a couple of threes. Cardinals made the adjustment, started to move the ball better against that 1-2-2 trap. We'll see if they continue that. Cardinals took a little air out of the ball, got it down to 3 minutes and 12 seconds, but you can't stop being aggressive trying to score it either. Here comes Sargent with the basketball. She'll be double teamed, and Whitley Keith gets the basketball as she's fouled by Berge with the forearm that time. Cardinals have yet to acquire a team foul in this quarter, so they can be aggressive defensively. 14 fouls on the Bulldogs now. Sargent guarded by Hokut. Bounce pass to Whitley Keith. Now to Burns. And Cardinals continue to pull it out a little bit. Maybe say, we're not going to take anything but a wide open look. There's a 3 by Burns. It's short. Howard pushes it up the floor to Williams. Left-hand layup, no good. Rebound Maxwell.
It was a really great contest by Burns right there. And as you always say, try to contest without fouling, and she did exactly that. I mean, Williams is a great finisher in the paint, and Burns did an even better job right there.
Burns to Whitley Keith. What they're doing a nice job of is taking it halfway into the lane and kicking it out. There's Horn with it. And she'll kick it out. Now inside to Maxwell they go, and she gets an easy 2. And finally, they found the angle they needed. The Cardinals extend the lead to 58-45 with 2 minutes left in the game.
What's going to elevate Maxwell's game to the next level is understanding like the soft spots. So what Schultz is doing and what Burns does in the high post, if she manipulates that around the pan, she's going to be really, really good.
And a shot by the Bulldogs gets them back within 11. A minute 40 left. Sargent brings it across. Now dribbles out front one more time. Now to Burns. These Bulldogs got to be tired of chasing Sargent, Burns, and Whitley Keith out front.
I mean, they just don't run out of gas. I mean, they've played all but probably 2 or 3 minutes tonight, and they just don't run out of gas, and that's their staple, and that's what Coach Barrett has them conditioned to do. I mean, that's exactly what you want from your 3 main starters.
Now you bring in another ball handler in Brecklin Sargent for the Cardinals, replacing Maxwell. And Abby Sargent at the free throw line is good.
Also important to note, Jazzy Hokut, she just fouled out with that last foul.
Yeah, so they lose their primary ball handler. Talking about the Bulldogs. Second free throw good, 60-47. The Cardinals lead it. Minute 25 left. Knocked away by Whitley Keith. She'll go the other way. Up the left side, handed it off at the last second to Sargent, but she was fouled. And she'll get a pair of free throws here. Coach Barrett giving some words of wisdom to his freshman guard, Brecklin Sargent. She played some good minutes tonight, has 4 points. Kind of some critical times there in that second quarter when the Cardinals had some role players out there. Second free throw good, 61-47. The Cardinals lead it. Trapped is Deshae Berge. They get it into Williams. Her shot missing. Rebound Keith. Here comes Sargent with it. Lets everybody pass. Gives it to Horn. Cardinals really have 5 guards in the lineup right now. Any of these can handle the basketball. Talking about Abby Sargent, Brecklin Sargent, Addie Burns, Whitley Keith, and Kenzie Horn. These are important minutes for Kenzie Horn and Brecklin Sargent to be out there with those starters.
Absolutely, but it's more as first shot is no good. It's more playing smart basketball. So you're not in there. You're not worried about trying to score, trying to make a foul. Just make the smart pass, play smart defense, and that's going to elevate your game, especially for the next rest of the season and as they go into their next campaigns.
Abby Sargent notches her 20th point of the night. The Cardinals lead at 62-47, knocked away from triplet by Burns. And it'll go back to the Cardinals. Cardinals still playing tough defense down the stretch here. Something you would expect them to never back off, because it's not about the score. It's about how good are you getting and can you continue to improve. Brecklin Sargent with the basketball. Hands off to Abby. In the corner to Kenzie Horn. She'll have to throw it back to Abby Sargent. Hands it off to Brecklin. Now to Abby. Cardinals just dribbling it out front and playing a little keep away from the Bulldogs. Now they get it to Brecklin Sargent. Knocked away by Howard. And the Cardinals will have it on the sideline in front of their own bench. Kenzie Horn to throw it in. Gets it to Sargent. Inside 20 seconds. Bulldogs not likely to foul the rest of the way. Addie Burns with the basketball. Cardinals can dribble this one out. Hand it off to Brecklin. Now to Abby near the midcourt line, guarded by Deshae Berge. And that's the end of the ball game. The Cardinals win it 62-47. We'll come back with our postgame show after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 3 minutes.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
School here at the Cardinal Dome tonight. Our postgame show brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services in Crowder College. I'm joined in our postgame by head coach and victorious coach, Grant Barrett. Coach, a good first half, but I thought maybe not the first 4 minutes of the third quarter were what you wanted, but the last 4 minutes certainly were, as you let them make a little run, but then you guys answered. That's always important.
We had to call a timeout and adjust what we were trying to get done. and we lost their shooters a few times. And I saw them play Colgan last Friday, and they were down in 17 in the third, just like our game now. And the next thing you know, and they had cut to 3 points. So I called a timeout, girls, and here they go. It's the same thing I saw in film. If you don't find shooters and you take an errant shots that we don't take in practice, they can make a run. And we tried to limit that opportunity. We got calmed down, and I thought our girls played well. So
I thought you rebounded the ball better in the second half than the first.
Yes.
They were even in the first half, but you out-rebounded them by 6 in the second half. That was a little bit of added advantage. It got you some extra possessions in the second half.
Oh, yeah. That definitely helped us. And we saw the stats at half, and we gave up 10 offensive boards in a half. Our goal is like 8 for a game, so they had already exceeded that. So we wanted to make sure that we focused on not allowing them seconds and thirds, and that we found shooters. And that little a freshman, she got hot. She hit 3 late and made it a game. So,
well, anytime you get double-digit contributions up and down the lineup and continue to be led by a point guard like Abby Sargent, who just plays nonstop in terms of energy, but she also scored the basketball when she needed to, both inside and outside, and then really successful at the free throw line for her tonight as well.
Yes. My only negative on her is I had to in the second quarter. Sometimes I realize that she's a strong guard, and she bumps, and she doesn't feel it, but the opposing guard feels it, and she gets called on a few of those. So we're working on her, showing her hands to make sure that she stays on the floor for us, because we are much better when she's on the floor for us.
I thought Maxwell got herself in position for some shots tonight. They didn't always make the pass perfect to her, and that may be the difference on converting or not, but she's starting to understand where those gaps are going to be. That's going to be important for you guys.
Oh, it is. It's huge going forward, and with Kira's injury, she kind of stepped into that in that starting spot, and that made us a little bit different, but before her, and we were a smaller starting lineup, and now we start, in 6'1" in her, and 5'10" in Burns, and 5'9" or 10 in Jenna. So we're a different looking team, I feel like, and since we've had to adjust some things.
That second quarter you mentioned having to sit Abby Sargent, but you had sit another couple starters as well, but you had Kenzie Horn in there, Brecklin Sargent in there, and Chesney Brown. They held their own with the other 2 starters. That's always a good sign as well.
Exactly. They make a huge difference in our program, but in that JV game, and you're a freshman for so long if you play and then you got to, I turn the page, and all 3 of those girls are learning their role on a varsity, and they're doing some really good things for us, and we're excited about their future.
Well, you guys go right back at it at Forsyth coming up here on the 23rd, and then a tough one against Springfield Central next week. But congratulations on the victory, Coach, and we'll talk to you next time out.
I appreciate the coverage, and thank you guys very much.
And we'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back with the start of our boys game after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Dome for the second half of our doubleheader tonight. This one between the boys of Webb City and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. The Cardinals come in 6-5 on the year. The Yellow Jackets 4-9. And always a good matchup to continue to find out what the rest of this new COC has, Dimitri, and we'll see what the Cardinals have in store. One thing we know about the Yellow Jackets, though, they're going to shoot as many threes as maybe any team the Cardinals see all year, and it's going to be important the Cardinals have paid attention to the scouting report.
Oh, yeah, and it's like what Coach Horn was saying. You got to find where they like to shoot it. So last week with Simpson, he likes that left wing or the right wing. So you got to be able to find those hot spots and shut them down. But if you're going to run that 1-2-2 trap tonight, it's got to be efficient, and people are got to be willing to be in the right spot and start helping everybody. But most importantly, they can't gamble tonight.
And we'll go ahead and tell you that this matchup tonight between the Cardinals and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets is just the first of 4 games for the Cardinals this week, as they'll play over in the Frontenac tournament on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cardinals looking to maybe pick up another tournament championship over there. They have in past years. But it's the Cardinals and the Yellow Jackets here. Earlier, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Horn. Let's go to the coach's show and hear from the coach. And good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coach's Show. Scott Boudreau along with head coach Jason Horn as the Cardinals set to take on the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Coach, a good, solid victory for you guys Friday night against the Hillcrest Hornets. A game that I thought your club really rose to the occasion and played the kind of way you have to play against tough teams.
Yeah, it was probably our best game so far this season. Hillcrest has a really good team coming into that game. You know, they're a potential 1 seed in the district. They were coming off of the Kaminsky Classic Championship. So there was a lot riding on the game for us. You know, I think our kids rose up, played really well. We had a couple good days practice leading into that game. We were able to make some adjustments and put a couple new wrinkles in on defense, and overall we played really well.
Anytime you get to that point in the season when you feel like maybe your kids are following that game plan a little closer, understanding during a timeout you give instructions and they go out and carry it out, the executions there, that tells you this team's growing to the right spot that you want to take them to.
Yeah, we're still trying to get healthy. We've not had the full roster at any point during this season, but I've seen a lot of growth in our younger guys, you know, particularly in that game. I thought Dalton Riggs was really good in the second half, struggled a little bit in the first half, but came back, you know, with a tough mindset, rebounded, finished some tough plays for us. Of course, Holton and Eli were really good. Eli's shooting the ball at an unreal clip, and Holton's really hard to keep out of the lane right now. And then, you know, like we talked about, the group effort defensively was really good. You know, I think we won the game by 10, but you know, realistically, I don't know that it was ever really that close. It wasn't a situation where it was in doubt. It's a game where if, you know, we finish a couple more free throws, you really start to stretch it on them.
Coach, give me a quick scouting report on the Yellow Jackets.
They are going to shoot a lot of threes. There's a chance for them to shoot, you know, between 30 and 43-point field goals. They were coming off a loss to Willard where they made 13. We have to keep our hands high and, you know, really try to run them off the line, make sure they're taking a contested shot. And they're a team that'll pass on 2-point field goals, trying to kick it out for a 3. I mean, it's a game that could have some swings. If they come out and hit shots early, you could dig a hole really quick. But it's something we talked about in practice. The lead isn't going to be safe when a team shoots like this for either team. Whether they jump up big or we jump up big, you know, it can flip really quick. I gave an example. In 2021, we went down to Bentonville West. We were able to win a game. We were down 12 at the half. At the end of the third quarter, we were up 12. Similar teams. Bentonville probably a little more talented, but shot a lot of threes, and that tends to either get you a big hole or bring a team back really quick.
Finally, Coach, what are the keys to victory for the Cardinals tonight?
Well, we have to have a defensive mindset. You cannot let them have paint touches so they're able to kick out and have catch and shoot threes. You want their threes coming off of east and west passes, side to side, you know, not having the chance to get downhill, make us collapse and force a long closeout. And then offense, we just have to continue to share the ball. There'll be multiple in their defenses. We'll see some zone. We'll see man-to-man in the full and the half court. We have to do a good job of recognizing it, making the extra pass, and make sure the pass is on time. We've started to get better at that, and if we can handle those two things, we'll be in good shape tonight.
Coach, good luck in tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime and after the game.
Thank you.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Fresh off of an important win, but also impressive win against the Hillcrest Hornets last Friday. Cardinals showed what they could do against good teams. They need to continue that here tonight.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be a similar team to the Hillcrest team, but without the inside game. So we got a really good Yellow Jacket team who can spark it up from anywhere outside the arc. So it's going to be important they continue that good defensive effort and turning those, as Will always says, turn those transition points into efficient offensive points as well.
Our keys to winning brought to you by Missouri Southern State University. Qualifying first-time freshmen are eligible for $20,000 in scholarships automatically at Missouri Southern State University. Learn more at mssu.edu/most-merit. Apply today. We'll come back with those keys after this. Back here in 2 minutes. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
And we welcome you back, and here's Dimitri with the keys to winning tonight for the Cardinals.
The first key, I mean, it's no secret. It's just what we talked about. They got to limit threes, but more importantly, it's open threes. If they can make those contested threes, if they can make those deep threes, that's a bigger issue. But they cannot be wide open. That's the biggest part, and I'll send it to Will for another key.
Well, kind of going off of what you just said, not letting the open threes, that rotational defense after they break the trap, because Webb City, we already know they're going to be in that 1-2-2 trap. Lebanon's going to break it a few times. You've got to be able to rotate back and guard the open three-point, and then secondly, we know that Lebanon, they're a three-happy team, rightfully so. They make a lot of them. You've got to limit their offensive rebounds. You can't give them any extra shots because they will make you pay.
And now our starting lineups brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Webb City and Reeves Tire and Automotive. First for the Lebanon Yellow Jackets, it's a 6-foot senior, Nolan Fort. A 6'1 senior, Blake Kaufman. A 6'1 senior, Bristol Burton. A 5'11 senior, Noah Boggs. And a 6-foot senior, Brock Piercy. The head coach of the Yellow Jackets is Ryan Toombs, assisted by Jeremy Thornhill, Connor Hicks, and Bob Boatwright. Now the starting lineups for your Webb City Cardinals. A 6'2 senior, Joseph DeGraffenried. A 6-foot junior, Trey Turner. A 6-foot senior, Eli Pace. A 6'4 junior, Holden Johnson. And a 6-foot senior, Holton Keith. The head coach of the Cardinals is Jason Horn, assisted by Jacob Strigley, Mackenzie Sams, Alex Pickett, and Colton McKee. Their managers, Jasmine Sanchez Travis, Hayden Johnson, Stella Collard, Daisy Pitsley, Emmy Bolger, Jaden Underwood, and Riley Thomas. Our officials for this contest, Devin Turtelot, Brian Brimacombe, and Chris Anderson, as the Cardinals being announced in front of a good student section across the way from us. And the energy is very evident here tonight, but new starting lineup for the Cardinals. Holden Johnson in there. He's played a lot of good minutes. I thought he played really well against Hillcrest. Maybe just the challenge of what the Yellow Jackets bring and maybe the effort he's been bringing in practice. Jason Horn awarding him with the start here tonight. But we know we'll see Dalton Riggs in there as well as Mason Young. Still likely without Slade Hurd tonight, although he is dressed out. Holton Keith wins the tip. Eli Pace with the basketball. They'll give it off to Trey Turner. Now back to Pace. In the corner to Graffenried for three. Off the mark, rebound by Johnson. To Holton Keith, now back to Trey Turner. Man-to-man defense by the Yellow Jackets. He splits everybody. They kick it out to Pace for three. Off the mark and on the ground. Yellow Jackets pick it up and come the other way. Fort with the basketball. Lefty trapped there. And they swing it around. To Kaufman, stolen. Trey Turner going up for a jam, and he missed it. Let go of the basketball early. Cross-court pass to Kaufman. Goes inside, and he traveled with the basketball. You could tell, that's what I was talking about in our break earlier. They'll go inside just to kick it out. He was trying to get it to the corner to Burton that time. Cardinals get it across. Trey Turner in the corner to DeGraffenried for three. His shot rattles around, no good. Holton Keith puts it back in, no good. And DeGraffenried gets the loose ball. Holton Keith inside and fouled as he drove down the lane that time. Blake Kaufman with the reach.
You can tell early, Scott, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fast tonight, but more importantly, it's going to be physical. They're letting them play a little bit, but nothing too over the top.
Pace to Turner for three, in and out. Cardinals have had 3 good looks now at the three-point line. No, bound to knock some down. Here come the Yellow Jackets as Fort now long pass inside, and saving it was Burton. Now they go back out to Boggs. Knocked away, and 2-on-1. Holton Keith stops in the lane, turns, shoots, and misses everything. Here come the Yellow Jackets the other way. There's a 3 from the lefty Fort, no good. Rebound Holton Keith, got Johnson ahead. Down the right side. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Keith puts it up and in. And the Cardinals are on the board. Fort plays catch with Kaufman. Now they get it to Piercy in the corner. 3-point shot no good by Burton, and here come the Cardinals. Joe DeGraffenreid to Johnson. Now back out to Trey Turner. And Slade Hurd taking his warm-ups off. There's a 3 by DeGraffenreid. His 3rd shot of the night. He gets that one to go. Coach Horn told us once he got back in the lineup and got in his rhythm, he's a deadly 3-point shooter. There's another 3 to answer by the Yellow Jackets, Bristol Burton, and he knocks it down, and Cardinals lead it 5-3.
Just as we said, Scott, but they found their hot spots. I mean, it's the corners and the top of the three-point as Keith's layup's no good. They got to be able to close out quickly, but they got to be able to be there quickly as well. I mean, they're running around wide open on the baseline.
Cross-court pass out of bounds off the hands of Boggs that time. And the Cardinals will send in Dalton Riggs and Slade Hurd for DeGraffenreid and Johnson. And full court pressure here by the Yellow Jackets. Holton Keith kicks it out to Pace from the wing. It's good. And he has really been shooting the ball well inside and out, but that's a deadly weapon for the Cardinals when Eli's hitting from the outside. He knocks it away from Boggs right into the lap of John Peake and a few of the other regulars on that front row over there. They like to be near the action. They got in the action that time. 8-3, the Cardinals lead it. Cross-court pass. And they steal it, does Pace. In the corner to Keith for 3. His shot no good. Put up by Slade Hurd. Got his own rebound off the miss. Holton Keith for another 3. And he misses everything.
Offensively, Scott, for the Cardinals, you can tell kind of the game plan is to keep up with that speed and just keep up with the amount of shots that the Lebanon Yellow Jackets are putting up. I mean, they're putting up a good clip of 3s, but so is Webb City. I mean, Pace at 1. They just got to get better open shots.
Here comes the Yellow Jackets missing the shot. Dalton Riggs had it for a moment and had it knocked away by Burton. And we'll see what unfolds here. Baseline out of bounds for the Yellow Jackets. Fort to throw it in. Gets it to Boggs. Cardinals chasing him off the three-point line. And driving down the lane that time was Kaufman. I think they're going to get a player control foul, says Chris Anderson. And Boggs, one of the guys they've been leery of, and he's a shoot-first guy, so they haven't let him see a look yet. Some of these other guys, you can tell Fort wants to shoot it as well, the lefty. Holton Keith grabs the basketball, back out to Eli Pace. 3:27 left here in the first with the Cardinals leading 8-3. Inside they go. Now back out to Hurd for 3. His shot no good. Turner the rebound. Flips it up and in. Nice turn in the lane that time by Trey Turner for the finish.
It was a good way to use his length and athleticism right there. I mean, you use his frame. He's all a bit of 6'2", and able to get the scoop and score right there.
10-3, the Cardinals lead it. Fort in the corner to Burton. Now lost and picked up by Trey Turner. Has Hurd across the way. Comes up the left side, kicks it out to Trey Turner. In the corner to Holton Keith. Fake the three and drives. Now back out to Turner. In the lane, flips it to Riggs. His shot off the glass, no good. I like the unselfishness that time in the ball movement by the Cardinals.
Absolutely, Scott, but I'm sure you being a left-hander yourself, I'm sure that left hook would have been pretty.
Yeah, he tried to put up with the right. He could have gone with the offhand. Eli Pace gets a loose ball. Kicks it out to Holton Keith for three from the corner. No good. And Turner on the rebound. Gets down the lane, kicks it out to Eli Pace from the left baseline. No good. And Boggs with the rebound for the Yellow Jackets. In the corner to Burton for three. It's good. Nothing but threes for the Yellow Jackets, 6 points so far. Cardinals can get inside. They don't have to attempt that many, but there's Hurd for three. Tried to answer, it rolls out. Boggs now to Fort. And picked up his dribble. He got almost a 10-second call there. Cardinals pressuring with this 1-2-2, making it hard to get the ball. They want it thrown horizontally, the Cardinals do. There's a long pass and overthrowing Burton. Just what I was talking about.
Absolutely. I mean, just to your point, they're just trying to look for threes. They're expecting a three, but it's the same thing for the Cardinals. They're shooting a really high volume, and most of them are wide open, but it's going to get to the point where sometimes you just need something to see go in. So whether it's a layup or a free throw, they just got to get something.
Hurd down the lane and missed a layup that time. You can tell he needs to get his legs back. He sat out a couple of games. Hopefully he's back to full health. Knocked away by Keith. Up ahead off the pass from Eli Pace. And the Cardinals take a 12-6 lead and a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with you. 30-second timeout. Back here with more Cardinal basketball after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios. Cardinals lead at 12-6. Under a minute to go here in the first. They knock it out of the hands of Nolan Fort, and it'll go back to the Yellow Jackets near the midcourt line. Noah Thornhill checked in for the, and there's a steal by Holton Keith. Went all the way to the cup and just kind of dropped it in. Not my favorite kind of layup, but he made it. Mason Young, who checked in, got the steal, gets it to Eli Pace. 28 seconds left in the quarter. Cross-court pass to Hurd. In a 2-3 zone are the Yellow Jackets. And a steal by Burton. Back is Turner trying to challenge. And Boggs gets the miss. And it's 14-8 Cardinals. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Turner, again, a errant pass. They're overplaying some of these passes right now, are the Yellow Jackets out of that zone, and you just got to be leery of that.
But it's almost a bait, Scott. They're in that 2-3 zone, so there's got to be someone following behind. But these guys have jumping when they pass. They got to come on 2 feet and make a good, crisp chest pass.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, a three by Eli Pace at the buzzer, no good. At the end of one, it's the Cardinals 14, The Yellow Jackets 8. You're listening to Cardinal basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network, back here in 30.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year. Go Cards!
13-10 overall since 1982. Webb City secured a 5th place finish in the 2017 Frontenac tournament, 81-68 over Fort Scott. The Cardinals had 4 players double figures that day. Alex Pickett, now coaching for the Cardinals. Terrell Cabala had 20. Trey Gibson with 17. And Javis Berlin with 11. And Kenny Trenborn tallied 20 points, with Brian Boyd and Chris Gilliam adding 15 and 13 respectively, as Webb City breezed past Grove 57-44 back in 1983. I'm guessing our friend Rick Utter was probably still doing a little coaching back then. Cardinals lead it here 14-8 as we start the second quarter. Back in the zone, kind of a matchup zone here by the Yellow Jackets. Pace to DeGraff and Reed. He'll drive baseline, kick it back to Pace. Inside to Holton Keith, sidesteps a defender, lost it on the way up a little bit as he tried to just push it at the basket. Just a little one-hander. Right idea to attack downhill, just didn't get a good look there. Cardinals still in their 1-2-2 press. Mason Young, Slade Hurd in there along with starters DeGraff and Reed, Keith, and Pace. And kicked by one of the Cardinals. It'll be Kaufman to throw it in. And stolen by Pace. He's got Holton Keith ahead, bounce pass, and left-handed layup is good. And an intentional foul called as they just submarined Holton Keith on that one. Somehow he got it up in the air anyway.
I mean, that's just a great body control to be able to lay it in with the right on the left side, but more importantly, just Pace and DeGraff and Reed, just those older leaders to be able to just not react to it and kind of calm everything down as he'll go to the line for a technical foul.
And we'll tell you about some of our sponsors. Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Burpo Family Chiropractic, Arvest Wealth Management, Snodgrass Collision Center, Reeves Tire and Automotive, Papa John's Pizza of Webb City, Who Hot Mongolian Grill, Price Family Insurance and Financial Services, Big Nickel, Prolube Maintenance Center, Madison Pet Clinic, Roderick Insurance Agency, Baker Davis, Roderick CPAs, as Holton Keith makes the free throw. And misses the second.
Key check-in for the Yellow Jackets. Antoine Givens, a 6'2 junior, checked into the game.
Yeah, we'll see what his, looks like an athletic young man. Cardinals lead 17-8 to get the ball back off the intentional foul. And Pace throws it in at the elbow, gets it back, and jump shot no good. DeGraff and Reed slapping from behind. No reason for that foul when the guy's got you boxed out cleanly as Kaufman had him that time.
They're just playing a little sloppy, Scott. I mean, they can't get caught up in the amount of threes and the pace of the game. They got to keep playing their game, apply some pressure, and force a turnover just like that.
That time they get the turnover as Thornhill threw it out of bounds. Checking back in for the Yellow Jackets, Brock Piercy. Long pass by Holton Keith through 3 defenders. Wasn't going to work that time, and the Yellow Jackets get it back. He was trying to get it to DeGraffenried behind the defense. Piercy to Kaufman. Now back to Piercy. Driving is Burton. Inside they go to Kaufman. His shot no good. And rebounding and putting it back in, the aforementioned Antoine Givens, and a timeout on the floor by Coach Jason Horn. 17-10, but we'll keep it here. 17-10 our score, 6:30 left here in the second period. We'll tell you about some more of our sponsors, including Missouri Southern State University, Webb City Booster Clinic, Dairy Queen of Webb City, Express RX in Webb City, Body and Soul Transformation, Nick Myers CPA, and Crowder College. And Pam Drake at Roderick Insurance Agency is proud to support our Webb City Cardinals. Roderick Insurance Agency has served the area since 1945, located at 108 North Main Street, offering insurance plans including auto, home, business, and more from a variety of companies. For more information, call 673-1242 or online at RoderickInsuranceAgency.com. Cardinals have the basketball. In the lane goes Mason Young, blocked by Givens that time. You said it, Dimitri. He's going to be a guy that can challenge shots against these Cardinals.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, he's got to put up some good minutes. I mean, he came in for Yellow Jacket as they'll get the push off. He came in for a good Yellow Jacket, good starter, and now he's trying to get some more work in with the limited time he has.
And another timeout on the floor. This time we'll take it with you. Back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Body and Soul Transformation, located at 1703 Falcon Suite C in Webb City, is a 10,000 square foot, 24-hour fitness center and specialized personal training facility. They offer a variety of group fitness classes. They now accept silver sneakers and have classes for seniors. They also hold kids and youth events. They have something to offer everyone in the family and even have a kids zone for busy parents. Body and Soul Transformation in Webb City, 417-553-0757 or online at bodysoultransformation.com.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. The Cardinals lead at 17-10. 6 minutes left here in the first half. Yellow Jackets with the basketball. Boggs with it. Gets it to Kaufman. Cardinals in their 1-2-2 trap. Back to Boggs. Shoots it from the elbow. It's good. He's a catch and shoot kind of player. That's the first open look he's had. 17-12, back within 5 of the Yellow Jackets.
Just one of those confidence boosters. Just to see one thing go down. I mean, hasn't had a shot today from the corner, from the top, so that little pull-up right there is money.
There's a backdoor lob to Holton Keith, and he was fouled on the play. Holden Johnson and Dalton Riggs checked back in for the Cardinals after that timeout. That backdoor lob has been a staple of the Cardinals, but it's also been something that they've got to find ways to execute it with a little more precision at times as Trey Turner checks in for DeGraffenried. Fort checks back in for Piercy of the Yellow Jackets. Second free throw is good by Holton Keith. He's got 10 points, 18-12, the Cardinals lead it. 5:25 left here in the second quarter. Boggs trapped on the sideline and dribbles it out of bounds. And Pace and Holton Keith doing a nice job of attacking with their defensive strategy, but doing so without fouling with the body or with the reach.
I mean, they've been doing it so well for the past 3 years. I mean, Coach Horns had no reason not to play them. So they're doing a good job, as Lebanon's also doing a great job trying to avoid it, but they just do so well together.
There's the ISO play, and all the way to the cup goes Holton Keith for 2 more. He's got a dozen. 20-12, the Cardinals lead it with 5 minutes left here in the first half. Kaufman trapped. Picked up by Thornhill, and then a big chop, I think, by Trey Turner probably gets him for the foul.
That's one of the things we've been talking about all year is Trey Turner. He's so athletic. He has the basketball frame. I mean, he's just got to be able to shuffle his feet. I mean, he shuffles his feet. All you got to do is either tip up real quick, like Coach Warren was saying in the last game, or just a quick poke and avoid those silly little fouls.
Burton, there's a steal by Turner. Breakaway jam. This time it's good. 22-12. He took his time. He saw the basket, and we always know he's got the hops to get there. Thornhill down the baseline and touched by Riggs. They tried to get it to Gibbons inside. And 3 substitutions coming in for the Yellow Jackets. New player we haven't seen yet tonight, Uriah Jones for the Yellow Jackets, as Fort will throw it in. And they throw it into the backcourt. Challenge there by Hurd, who checked in. To Fort, back to Boggs, and they closed on him. And there's a big carry by Boggs. Cardinals are swarming, and the passes for the Yellow Jackets have been slow and a lot of cross-court stuff, exactly what the Cardinals want.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But for the Yellow Jackets right now, you got to get someone to the middle that can also handle the ball. As the ball gets tipped and it'll remain Webb City Cardinal ball, they got to get someone to the middle. I mean, those long passes with Trey and DeGraff and Reed, and especially Pace and Keith, I mean, those are going to get stolen and possibly for a dunk now.
There's a lob off the baseline out of bounds to Keith. He missed it. Pace gets the rebound, puts it up, and rolls out. 2 good looks for the Cardinals at point-blank range that time. Score still 22-12, inside 4 minutes here in the half. Kaufman bounce pass to Piercy, outside to Boggs for 3. His shot off the back iron and off the back of the backboard as well. It'll go back to the Cardinals.
The way the Yellow Jackets are playing offensively, Scott, I mean, you almost want to dare them to go shoot a layup, you know? I mean, we've seen them pass up 2 or 3 times, so they're out of their game right now. So it's almost time for them to get desperate and start shooting some contested threes. So almost go there and maybe shoot a little mid-range like we saw earlier.
Pace gets a pass from Holton Keith that time on a baseline cut, and Holton Keith was setting that up the whole way from the top of the key. He knew his buddy was going to be making the cut late. 24-12. Cardinals lead it, but a foul the other way as Jones will go to the line.
And while we have a moment, Scott, recently Joe DeGraff and Reedy committed to Emporia State, so another MIAA team as Jones's first free throw rolls around and in. So another MIAA team from the area and out there in Kansas, and probably playing a little bit of both, receiver and DB. So we'll see what he does these next 4 years.
Well, we wish the young men success. We would have loved to have had him stay local, but great opportunity out there in Emporia. And I wish him all the success in the world. I saw this group this morning lifting weights. Joe DeGraff and Reed right there with everybody doing his part. And one thing about it, you come out of the Webb City program, whether it's basketball, football, or however many sports you've played, when you go to the next level, you're not surprised by the amount of work required because you've already obtained that work ethic here.
Oh, 100%. And first free throw is good. I mean, and that's the standard that Coach Roderick has set, and that's the standard, and anything below it, I mean, it's the same similar thing to what they have at the Power 5 schools. So they expect nothing more, nothing less. I mean, go work at the next level and keep doing what Webb City does best.
First free throw by Kaufman was good, the lefty. And second one good as well. 24-16, Cardinals lead, sideline break. Hurd for 3. Off the back iron, rebound by Turner. Gets it back to Hurd. Now back to Pace, who will call out the play. Gets it to Holton Keith, who gets a screen from Young. To Pace, now to Turner. Inside to Mason Young. Outside to Hurd, top of the key for 3. It's good. Great inside-out action. And Mason Young, good find that time.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he came to a complete jump stop, was able to turn around, find Hurd, and more importantly, the off-ball movement by Hurd to make himself visible and find a spot for the three-pointer.
27-16, the Cardinals lead. Boggs with it. Down the lane and trapped. Back out to Fort for three. It's good. A late close that time by Holton Keith, and Boggs makes him, or Fort makes him pay. 27-19, and Coach Horn talked to his ball club as Pace goes down the lane for two off the glass. A tough shot. He had to trap it against his body before he could get loose for the shot. Fort to Kaufman. Now to Boggs. Trapped by Pace and Keith, both near the midcourt line. Elbows his way out of there. Over to Burton. Inside, but stolen by Slade Hurd. And he just slipped that time. Great effort that time by Slade Hurd. Minute 42 left here in the first half. Givens will check back in for the Yellow Jackets. Jones checks out. Sideline out of bounds for the Yellow Jackets. Fort looking for somebody. Finds Kaufman. Back to Fort. Trapped and stolen by Holton Keith. Goes up the left side for two. 31-19, the Cardinals lead it. Minute 29 left in the first half. He's got 14 on the night. Inside, the Yellow Jackets try to go, but stolen by Pace. Drops it off to Turner. Now to Keith. Takes contact from Givens, and good passing, but maybe a little too unselfish that time.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. I mean, it's a 3-on-1 opportunity. You practice it every day in practice, whether you're out there. I mean, just go take a floater or go put it off the glass right there.
Holton Keith back at the free throw line will tell you that Snodgrass Collision Center is honored to serve the area, support our local schools, located at 1604 East 4th Street in Joplin. They specialize in complete body and frame repair, four-wheel alignment, and paintless dent repair. Snodgrass Collision Center, 781-7774. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals at tonight's game. 33-19, the Cardinals lead. 104 left here in the first half. Kaufman across to Fort. Double team there and a travel. Great pressure again by the Cardinals, creating a lot of turnovers in this first half and not allowing the easy three, which was going to be the answer probably to the pressure the Cardinals apply. The Yellow Jackets thinking maybe they'd get some open looks. Pace down the lane, kicks it to Mason Young, baseline jumper, short, Givens rebound. Kaufman coming the other way, Turner guarding, and he puts it up, no good, and rebound by Hurd.
Got to get a smart shot here. I mean, if you can take about 20, 25 seconds off the shot clock, that'd be perfect, so you don't have to put yourself in a bad foul spot.
There's the ISO play, blocked by Givens as Keith came down the lane, but that time there was help inside, and Givens got the block. 15 seconds left. Boggs to Kaufman. Turned down the three. Piercy for three with the left hand, no good. And rebound by Burton, and he puts it up and in with 3 seconds left. Pace with the final heave at the buzzer. And at the half, the Cardinals lead at 33-21. Our halftime show will be brought to you by Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Back here with second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School. The Cardinals lead at 33-21 over the Yellow Jackets. Lady Cardinals victorious earlier tonight over the Carl Junction Bulldogs in a solid ball game there. But let's look at some of these first half stats, guys, as we take a look at the shooting percentages. Cardinals shooting about 33% for the game. They put up 40 shots. 13 for 40. Not a great percentage there. Just 3 for 16 for the Cardinals from the three-point line. The Yellow Jackets 7 for 15 and 3 for 8 from the three-point line. The only thing keeping them marginally close. So Cardinals need to do a better job there. 17-14, the rebounding advantage by the Yellow Jackets as well. But it's really been the turnovers that have allowed the Cardinals to get this lead. 22 turnovers by the Yellow Jackets to just 3 for the Cardinals. The poor shooting percentage made up for by the fact that you got 40 shots in that first half.
Yeah, no, they had quite a few open looks with Lebanon's defense. I mean, just, of course, not making a ton of them, unfortunately, but kind of like from what we saw in the girls' game and what we heard Coach Grant Barrett say, once you see one guy make it, the next guy make it, then that hoop just starts looking bigger for everybody. And that's what they got to do to get the ball moving a little bit.
Dimitri, no doubt Coach Horn going to talk to his guys about finishing at the rim, because that's the area that they've lacked here in this first half.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if the three ball's not going to work for them, or if they're not getting the three ball shot that they want, go get the offensive rebounds. So guys like Reyes, guys like Johnson, go in there, go get their rebound, go get those second chance points. And I think that's just going to push them past and make it a 20-point lead. And to mention the turnovers as well, I mean, they're doing a good job of forcing turnovers, but at the same time not creating turnovers on their own end as well. And they got to keep that rolling here in this second half.
Our halftime show brought to you by Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. We'll take another 3-minute timeout. Come back after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Our halftime show. The Cardinals lead 33-21 over the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. We still await Coach Horn's interview as both teams are out doing their halftime warm-ups. As we wait for Coach Horn to come out, let's kind of reiterate what we were saying earlier about the first half and what's to come in the next second half, Dimitri. So what are your thoughts on what the Cardinals need to improve on?
I think they just need to improve on just being more efficient and being more consistent. I mean, they're doing a good job forcing turnovers. They're doing a good job offensively, but that's where they got to turn it up a little bit, turn up that notch, and keep firing. I mean, same thing goes for the Yellow Jackets as well. We were just saying, I mean, if you're going to be such a 5-wide team trying to catch and shoot, just shoot it. Just go at it. Play your game. And you don't have to get too crazy, and it goes for both sides. You don't have to get too crazy. Just keep working what you're doing, and it's got to lead you to a better lead than this right here.
We'll send it down to Scott Boudreau, who is awaiting Coach Horn, who's right next to him. He's talking to one of his good buddies, Mr. Peak, up in the stands. He's making his way over to Scott Boudreau right now. We'll send it down to him.
Coach, you got to like the 20 turnovers you created. What do you need to do to improve the offensive efficiency?
Make a layup. We've got too many missed layups. We've taken 40 shots in the first half. They've taken 15 total. You got to make a layup.
Rebounding-wise, is that just a matter of wanting the ball a little more? It looked like you guys are staying close there.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to make an effort to go hunt the rebounds. When you play the way we play, it's hard to win that margin. You just want to keep it close. I thought we've done a good job a couple of times getting rebounding. We just got to keep improving on it.
What do you want to see at the start of this third quarter?
Just pick up our intensity. Feels like the building's dead right now, and we just got to pick our energy up and our intensity up and bring it.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. And we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout, come back with second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick as we start the second half. You heard Coach Horn's keys to this second half. Give me one thing you want to see, Dimitri.
Just got to keep holding on to the ball as well. I mean, they got to turn those points, they got to turn those steals into points, though. So whether it's a long pass, it's got to be more efficient. They got to finish in transition.
Trey Turner down the lane, kicks it to Hurd. Dribble drive, shoots, scores. That's the kind of shots the Cardinals need at times. Nice little elbow jumper there by Hurd. Boggs gives it back to Kaufman. Cardinals in their trap. They get it to Piercy. Cross court they go to Fort. Boggs, top of the key three. Just short, bothered by Holton Keith. DeGraff and Reed to Holton Keith. And it's 37-21 Cardinals. That's 18 points for Holton Keith tonight. .706 left here in the third quarter. Now Boggs with the basketball. Cross court to Fort. Trapped there by Keith and Turner, and a travel call on Fort. Cardinals keep creating those turnovers. So far, made a couple shots to start this third quarter. Turner to Hurd. Now to Pace, top of the key. 2-3 zone look from the Yellow Jackets. Now to Turner. Inside to go to Holton Keith. Corner three for Hurd. It's good, and boy, he didn't hesitate at all. That was the old slide fade to the corner, and he knocks it down in rhythm. 5 points for Hurd to start this second half. He reads it and gets the steal. Coming down the left side, lob to Keith. Missed it. Pace with the rebound, missed it. Hurd with another rebound. Puts it up and fouled by Kaufman.
But back to your point where you're saying about Slade Hurd's corner three, it was an even better pass to pass it right in the pocket, on the move. I mean, you practice that 100 times a day and even extra reps. I mean, that doesn't get any better than that right there.
Hurd aggressive in this ball game, and you can just tell that he's kind of got his legs back, not favoring anything, and looks alive in this third quarter here. He's got 8 on the night. Second free throw coming. It's good. And the Cardinals extend it to a 20-point lead. We'll take it with you. Here, a timeout on the floor with the score, Cardinals 41, the Yellow Jackets 21. We're going to keep it here for just a second because Holton Keith has just surpassed the 1,000-point mark for his career. So congratulations to the senior Holden Keith with that last layup. Is now to the 1,000-point mark. And how about the students section over there with the 1000 on the T-shirts, and a lot of signs being held up for him as well, and nothing more deserving than the effort and the work ethic and the time he's put in practice and after hours and everything in between. Just a hard worker.
Yeah, and another thing about his points, last week against Hillcrest, he moved up to third place all time for points scored in the dome with 32. He just a little bit behind Terrell Cabal and Baron Duda, both excellent basketball players. They both had 36, so a great job for Holton Keith.
Well, the Yellow Jackets trying to stem the tide a little bit. The Cardinals have come out with that intensity that Coach Jason Horde told me he wanted to see to start this half. And they led 33-21, and right now they're on a 8-0 run to start this third quarter. Fort to throw it in for the Yellow Jackets.
Scott, I think I'm just a little bit more happier. One, that Keith got 1,000, but thankfully they're in the right spots. I mean, that could have turned very bad, made him look like he scored a 1/10 of a point or a 1,000th of a point. So good job by the student section.
There's Pace down the lane after the steal, and he gets 2. And Pace is up to 9 points. And you know his teammates wanted to get him to 1,000. That may have been the result of some of those misses in the first half, just trying to feed him extra opportunities. Kaufman in the lane against Hurd, misses the shot. Rebound Pace. He's got Holton Keith ahead, and Burton flies by him. Holton Keith's got 2 more. Cardinals extend their run here to start the half. Now on a 12-0 run. A steal by Hurd. Up ahead to Pace. Nobody on him. He'll go down the lane, get it to Turner. Now back to Pace for 3 in the corner. No good. DeGraff and Reed knocks it away, and Hurd picks up the loose ball. Turner inside to Holton Keith. Left-hand layup is good. And Coach Jason Horn calls a timeout. This time we'll take it with you. The Cardinals leading 47-21. Back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. And Cardinals have blown it wide open here with a 14-0 run to start this third quarter. Just 3 minutes and 3 seconds into this third quarter. The intensity's there right now.
Oh, 100%. And just as Coach Horn was saying, he's like, you got to get the crowd more involved. And the crowd can only cheer at what the players are giving on the court. So as it's been starting with the defense, I mean, they're turning defense into offense real quick. And the 14-0 run speaks for itself. So now the goal is, as the starters, is to finish out the quarter and try to get guys like Finn Rice and Mason Young almost a whole quarter of play and see what they can do and see what the future's looking like for Coach Horn.
DeGraff and Reed, Holden Johnson, Pace, Turner, and Holton Keith for the Cardinals. Piercy, Fort, Givens, Boggs, and Thornhill for the Yellow Jackets. Fort trapped in the corner, stolen by Johnson. He'll give it to Pace. Down the middle of the lane, kicks it out to Holton Keith for 3 more. Short, rebound Turner. Passes it to Holden Johnson. Givens blocks it.
And Givens is going to be a ball player, Scott. I mean, he's got great athleticism. He's always in the right spot for those blocks. And it's going to be exciting to see now that Lebanon's in the COC how many times we really get to see a player like Givens.
Cardinals have it baseline out of bounds. Pace to throw it in. Bounce pass into Holton Keith. And he's fouled on the up and under move as Kaufman really had no choice there. He sees you sticking your arm out, he's going to try to rip through that and either power it up for the shot or get fouled, go to the free throw line. Holton Keith in that first half, 4 for 6 at the free throw line. Kaufman checks out. Burton checks in for the Yellow Jackets. And second free throw good by Holton Keith. 48-21, the Cardinals lead it now with 4.5 left here in the third. And they get it across court. Now Boggs has it. Givens in the middle. Kicks it to the corner, and a block on a flying Trey Turner that time. You know, you don't always want guys flying on the closeout, but he had the angle, and he saw what Burton was going to do. He let it fly.
I mean, that's one of the hot spots. I mean, that's just great job by Coach Horner and the staff, and great job by the players to understand hot spots and tendencies. I mean, with the athleticism that Turner has, and especially in his family as well, I mean, I think he has all the right in the world to go fly by and try to go swat that thing to the crowd.
Mason Young and Dalton Riggs check in for the Cardinals. Down the lane goes Piercy. Inside to Givens, his left-handed shot, good. They've got 4 lefties on this team. I'm just surprised they're not shooting better, being a fellow lefty. There's a 3 by Pace off the mark, picked up by Givens.
But to your point, Scott, I mean, if they're all the same handed, they all got the same hot zone. So you got 5 players on the court, you got to work together, you know. So you being left-handed, I'm sure you have your spots, but if there's 2 left hands on the court, I mean, you kind of clash and try to get your own shots.
There's a 3 by Boggs, one of the righties on this starter group. And Burton couldn't handle the loose ball in the corner. It goes back to the Cardinals with 3:27 left. Uriah Jones will check in for the Yellow Jackets. He was 2 for 2 at the free throw line in that first half. Eli Pace to bring it up the floor. The Yellow Jackets show a little pressure. Get it to Holden Johnson down the lane, puts it off the glass and in. Nice job of using the baseline and then coming back to still create that opportunity to bank it. 50-23, the Cardinals lead.
To add to your point, Scott, I mean, Dalton Riggs on the bottom of the baseline also kind of just moved his guy out the way, and that's exactly what you want to see from a guy like Riggs.
Burton for 3, it's good. 50-26. Yellow Jackets hit 3 threes in that first half. First 3 in the second. There's Holden Johnson, turns down the 3, kicks it to Holton Keith, down the lane. Knocked out of his hands by Uriah Jones, but he was fouled. I got a whack in the neck that time. We'll tell you about some of our sponsors. Proudly supporting the Cardinals is Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. PDR provides payroll, bookkeeping, and bill payment services for churches and small businesses. Baker Davis Roderick, located at 920 East 15th Street in Joplin. For more information, call 782-0829 or online at bdrcpas.com. Second free throw good by Holton Keith. He's got 23 now.
Gavin Gottman checked in for the Yellow Jackets.
And a near steal. Jones down the lane against Holden Johnson, who bothered him. Mason Young on the rebound, pushes it to Johnson. They miss Riggs underneath, but they'll kick it back out to Pace and set up the play. In the corner to Holton Keith, a long 2 off the mark and off the hands of Mason Young that time as Yellow Jackets head coach Ryan Toombs continues to make some substitutions, give some younger guys some opportunities. And Holden Johnson will be called for the foul as Harrison Howe tried to drive baseline on him that time, 6'3" sophomore.
He's just out of position on that one, Scott. I mean, he's got all the athleticism in the world, but you got to know when and when not to gamble, especially in the 1-2-2 trap that Coach Horn has.
Howe gets it out front to Boggs. Over to Thornhill. In the corner they go. And Givens makes the basket. He'll go to the free throw line for the extra one.
Use the left hand and everything, Scott.
Gavin Gottman in there for the Yellow Jackets. Off the back iron. Thornhill with the rebound. And Givens inside. They have twisted his ankle on the way downhill there. Going to try to walk it off. Goes back to the Yellow Jackets. 51-28. The Cardinals lead. Stolen by Young on the inbounds. Pace trapped in the backcourt. Gets it back to Young. He's got Holden Johnson, but no call there. Could have been a double dribble. Trey Turner has it now. Trying to get downhill. Gets it to Pace. And a foul on the edge that time. Trying to get around the corner. Gottman found out how strong Eli Pace is right now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, him, Keith, and Turner, I mean, you can tell. I mean, especially DeGraffery being in football, they took it upon themselves to fill out their frame, and it's very useful when you're playing basketball. It's such a contact sport in the CLC.
Trey Turner gets it to Holden Johnson, fakes the three, drives baseline. Now Turner had a chance to catch and shoot, but he'll go down the lane against Givens. Euro step. They kick it out to Pace now. Cardinals working it around. Pace, jumper no good. He's got 9 points on the night. Boggs brings it up the floor. There's Thornhill for three. It's good. 51-31. After the Cardinals made their big 14-0 run, they've struggled to score lately. There's Holden Johnson down the lane for two, no good. And DeGraff, Reed, and Givens fighting for the ball near the Cardinals bench. They'll say it goes back to the Cardinals. They get it into Turner, back to Pace for three from the corner. No good. And a foul over the back. Goforth is checked in for the Yellow Jackets. They've got 5 team fouls, so Turner going to go to the line. If there's one area you want to see Trey climb up the stat chart on, it would be right there where he is, Dimitri. That's just a matter of him developing a consistent shot from that free throw line. Second one is good.
And to your point, Scott, it's just repetition. And the biggest thing for him and Keith is just repetition. Just got to get in the gym a little bit more, but it's all in the base of the legs as well.
They get it up the floor off the steal, and a goaltending on Holden Johnson's layup. They'll count the basket with 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. 54-31. Cardinals lead it. Gottman has it, and he throws it away. Turner to throw it back in for the Cardinals. 4.5 seconds left here. Pace, see if he can get a shot off from the baseline. He does, it's good. That'll end the quarter with the Cardinals leading 56-31. We'll take a 1 minute timeout. Come back with fourth quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Someone recently joked that anyone with normal blood pressure these days must not be paying attention to the world. We're bombarded with bad news on every side, and there's no relief in sight. Yet there is a way to cope with these high-pressure times. Don't be anxious, the Bible says. Tell God what you need and thank Him for what He has done. Then you'll experience God's peace. To find out how Jesus Christ can give you this peace, call 888-NEED-HIM or go to www.chataboutjesus.com.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome as the crowd being entertained by a little Sweet Caroline as we head to the fourth quarter. Cardinals leading 56-31. I think you'll see these starters out here for maybe the first 3-4 minutes, and then we'll see how many more role players Coach Horn wants to get into the game. They've got 3 games coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's a 3 by Burton. And Cardinals are just very fortunate that their defense has paid off tonight because you can tell by the form and the shooting that's going on by Lebanon when they've had good looks, they're capable of knocking them down.
Oh, 100%, but this is exactly what we just talked about, Scott. I mean, you got a bunch of players who all have the similar play style. Their 2 hot spots are in the corners. I mean, that's where their only threes have came from is Lebanon gets an easy shot off the right side of the glass. All their shots are coming off the corner 3. I mean, if you don't have anywhere else to expand your 3, I mean, there's no point in running this little 5 out that Lebanon has going on.
14 points by Burton to lead the Yellow Jackets. It's 56-36. Hurd back in there, along with Riggs, Pace, Keith, and Turner for the Cardinals. They get it to Turner at the right wing. He'll give it to Riggs. Swing it around to the corner. Now Riggs inside, corner 3 for Pace. It's good. Good inside-out play once again by the Cardinals. And Eli Pace now with 14 points. Boggs back in there. Gives it to Kaufman, and he lost it. Throw it ahead, does Pace to Holton Keith, and lays it in for 2 more. 26 points now for Holton Keith. A timeout on the floor. We'll take it with you back here in 30 seconds with the Cardinals leading 61-36. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School. The Cardinals lead at 61-36, 6:38 left here in the fourth quarter. Earlier tonight, it was the Webb City Lady Cardinals 62, the Carl Junction Lady Bulldogs 47. A dominant victory by the Cardinal girls tonight, and I thought they played a really solid game and showed that they're continuing to improve in aspects of their game.
Oh, 100%. And all around, they played an amazing game. But more importantly, the 3-ball got going early. And players like Keith, players like Burns, people were capable of getting other people out of them zones. I mean, they did an excellent job, whether they were making them, whether they were missing them. Just keep consistently shooting and making it contagious to the other guys as well.
Boggs trapped by Holton Keith and Hurd, trying to get out of it. Throws it to Kaufman. Down the lane he goes. Left-hand layup, good. That time they let him in the gap. And I think a delay of game warning maybe against one of the Yellow Jackets. 61-38. Cardinals lead it. They throw it ahead to Hurd. In the corner to Mason Young. They'll get it to Pace. 3 ball from the wing. No good. Picked up by Kaufman. Up ahead to Fort. Down the lane, cut off by Riggs, but he makes it a little floater anyway. A little offense from Mr. Fort. He's got 7. DeGraffenried set to check back in for the Cardinals. Pace over to Hurd. He's got a 3 lined up. Off the back iron, rebound Burton. Piercy with it now. He'll get downhill against the Cardinals. Now Boggs in the lane, elbow jumper. Rattles out, rebound Mason Young, nearly threw it away. Up ahead they go to Holton Keith. He'll get downhill and score. Nifty move that time, coming to his left, but then knowing they were going to take that away, he went back to his right for the finish.
It was great body control as well. I mean, you saw Kaufman down there almost try to take a charge, but kind of backed away, and Keith was able to take advantage and slide to his right and lay it up off the glass.
63-40, the Cardinals lead it. 28 points on the night for Holton Keith. And a free throw to make it a 3-point play. Makes it 29 for him and 64 for the Cardinals, just 40 for the Yellow Jackets. Boggs, cross court to Thornhill for 3. He's got 1 already. Got his own rebound. Now out to Fort for 3, and the lefty knocks it in. That time they got the extra possession, and they made the Cardinals pay. Hurd for 3 from the corner to answer. It's good. Hurd with a double-digit night. He's got 12 now, 67-43.
I don't know what it is about the dome, Scott, but we saw in the JV game and the girls game, that left corner is money. So I don't know what you've been doing, maybe working with them a little bit, trying to focus on the backdrop, but whatever you're doing is working.
Well, it's a great gym to shoot in once you kind of find your range. I think there are good backgrounds here in this gym, and the guys I know work on it a lot. I saw all the rebound stanchions and shooting machines out here early this morning when I came by the school, and I know these guys work on it bright and early, and that's a daily thing for a lot of these guys. And Coach Horn talking to me in the coaches show, I don't remember if he mentioned it or not, but maybe off camera, we talked about once he finally gets a fully healthy team, you know, then he's got 8 really dependable guys. He's been playing with 7 a lot. DeGraffenried hurt early, Hurd hurt for a couple of games, and everybody just starting to get healthy maybe at the right times. You get through this month of January and really maybe start to see some really high production rates out of this ball club. They know they'll still face a lot of tough teams, including the teams they'll play this weekend over in Frontenac. 67-43, the Cardinals lead it. Pace on the weave. Had Holton Keith for a moment, a reaching foul on Thornhill. It'll be just the 3rd team foul on the the Yellow Jackets. You know, you beat 2 teams that want to sting you, the Hornets and the Yellow Jackets. That ought to be a good sign, Dimitri.
Absolutely. I mean, it means you're not allergic as well, so no hives, no rashes, no anything else like that.
Oh, there's Eli Pace with a nifty move down the lane and a left-hand finish. He's got 16. Cardinals lead at 69-43. Gottman down the lane for the Yellow Jackets off the back iron. And get their own rebound as Howell came down with it. And he was fouled. Cardinals have played well tonight. Again, when you see a lot of 2 and 1 foul situations by these starters, that's another part of the recipe to success for these guys. Thornhill trapped by Young and Turner. And grabbed by Turner. Oh, nice Euro step for the finish. And Turner now with 7 on the night. 71-43. Another steal by Turner, all by himself for the jam. He gets it done. 73-43. Second dunk of the night for Trey Turner. And we know he can do so much more than dunk, but how he loves it. Here goes Holton Keith on a breakaway. Left-hand scoop up and under is good. 75-43. The Cardinals just dominating everything right now. And Yellow Jackets throw it away. And here comes some of those role players Dimitri's been waiting to see for the Cardinals as DeGraff and Reed and Holton Keith check out. 2 of the seniors. Eli Pace, the senior, is already checked out.
And just a note, Scott, I mean, that's back-to-back 30-point games for Keith as well.
Jackson Adams into the ball game for the Cardinals. Holden Johnson lost it underneath, and Adams gets it back. And he's fouled by Gottman. 14th foul on the Yellow Jackets. Trey Turner to throw it in on the baseline out of bounds play. Get a little cross screen. They get Riggs for 3 from the corner. He missed it. Don't know if it was partially blocked. It may have been. Here come the Yellow Jackets the other way. Spin in the lane. And a foul called on Dalton Riggs as he tried to block the shot of Goforth, who'll go to the free throw line. We'll tell you, supporting Webb City Cardinal Athletics is Webb City Florist and Greenhouse. They offer flower bouquets for all occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, and funerals. Find out more at Webb City Florist and Greenhouse. Call 673-3780. And you can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. 75-45 our score in the 30-point margin. We're going to get one more Cardinal in the game as the clock continues to wind. And Cardinals applauding the appearance of one of their favorite guys off the bench. That's Will McClintock. Turner kicks it to Adams for 3. Short. Rebound Holden Johnson. And they wanted somebody to get a shot. McClintock gets a 3. In and out. And here come the Yellow Jackets the other way. 10 seconds and counting. Shot is good. As the clock will wind down, it's a final. Cardinals sweep the doubleheader. The boys win at 75-47 over the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. We'll come back with our post-game show and have a visit with head coach Jason Horn. Our post-game show brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services in Crowder College. Back here in 1 minute, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Welcome back to Webb City High School here at the Cardinal Dome. The Cardinals victorious over the Lebanon Yellow Jackets, 75-47. Our postgame show brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services in Crowder College. I'm joined by head coach Jason Horn. Coach, you told me at halftime you needed some intensity. I'd say a 14-0 run is a pretty good piece of intensity to start that third quarter.
Yeah, we just were flying around a little bit better towards the ball, and we were finishing plays was the main thing. We had decent spurts in the first half. We just, blew a lot of shots around the basket, a lot of easy layups, or that could have been a lot worse. I think the stat that, stood out to me was we had 40 shot attempts in the first half. They had 15. If we just convert on those shots around the basket, it's probably a 30-point game at the half.
In terms of the way you played defensively, I thought you created the turnovers, but I thought the passing improved also in that third quarter. The way guys saw each other, even when you're getting into your regular offense, I thought they saw the gaps a little better, understood what the Yellow Jackets were doing, and then finding the open man and getting to the basket.
Yeah, it was almost two different teams coming back in the half. We still weren't as sharp as I'd like for us to be, running plays, but that's the first time we've had all 8 guys together. So there'll be some adjustments we'll have to make with, rotations, who's in where. But as far as getting into gaps, shrinking the court down on them with our half-court trap, we did a pretty good job of that. We got to see guys in multiple spots in our 1-2-2 and see how they read the ball in different spots. And, overall it was a good effort. Obviously you're proud of Holton. Big night for him. Getting his 1,000 points. That's a big milestone. He's put a lot of time in the gym, and like to see him got it a little bit quicker. In the first half, but sometimes the shots aren't going to fall. He just kept playing hard, and then, Eli Pace. What can you say about him? He's shooting the ball at an unreal clip right now. He was coming in the game around 38%, maybe getting close to pushing 39. So it feels like things are picking up for us. We've got a 3-game winning streak going. We hope we can extend that. Thursday in Frontenac with the home team and their tournament, and I like where we're at right now. We got to continue to, sharpen some things up and offensively and defensively, and I think we're going to be a load as we get down the stretch.
One guy you got back tonight, Slade Hurd, and I thought first it started on the defensive end. I thought he was reading the passing lanes well, got some defensive boards for you, and then we know he's a capable scorer. He shot the little elbow jumper to start the half, which has got to become a little bit more part of his game because he's a good, little 15-foot shooter. He's not just a three-point shooter. But then later, when he catches that slide fading spot to the corner and catches it in rhythm and lets it go without any thought about it, and it goes in, that's got to be good for his confidence coming back.
Yeah, his freshman year and sophomore year, he really liked that pull-up jumper. It looked like he put the ball on the floor hard. He got off 2 feet. He had been, trying to go into a 1-2 step early in the year, and it was just kind of throwing his rhythm off. He's better going off 2 feet, jump stop into that jump shot. He can shoot the ball. He's streaky with it right now, but he's another guy that he works hard at it. The big thing he did tonight, we had to play in the first half. They throw at the top of us, got a layup. He was just a little bit out of position in his back spot. He had cheated up to the elbow, and the coverage wasn't the middle. At halftime, we talked about using the volleyball line to read where he needed to be. And then, if you can go back and watch, you'll see he dropped, straddled the volleyball line that runs through the middle of the lane, and, he was able to read from there, and he's got really good closeout speed, so he ran a lot of those passes down.
Another young guy that's helping you along the way, Mason Young, and doesn't always score points, but I thought one of the best plays he made tonight was off a penetration inside. He got the ball, knew he was doubled, but he saw the kick out available. He got it to the three-point shooter, and you guys knocked down another inside-out three.
He's played so hard. We don't need a big, output from him offensively. It's what he does defensively. He played 5 different positions for us defensively. There's 3 layers to our 1-2-2. He's played the 1, he's been in the 2s, and he's been in the 3s. Plays all of them really well, and he's a big, long, athletic kid, really physically strong. He's only going to get better as it goes. Really pleased where he's at. Again, only a sophomore. He's not playing any JV minutes right now. He's kind of been thrown to the fire this year, and he's done a really good job.
Well, Coach, it's a great victory tonight, and I know you got a busy week ahead, Thursday, Friday, Saturday over at Frontenac. Remind us one more time, that first game Thursday night, what time?
8:30.
8:30. It's against the home team,
Frontenac Raiders. It's a really good tournament. If we win or lose, we'll play 5:30 on Friday. The opponent could be Nevada or Owensville. Bottom of the bracket. There's some really good teams. Fairgrove's coming down. It's the first time in it this year. And then Putnam City. They're having a really good season out of Oklahoma City. So really good teams. It's always fun to go over there. It's a good environment. Great crowds for the tournament. Hopefully everybody will, follow us over there and come watch us Thursday night at 8:30.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for the visit, and we'll talk to you next time out. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
We'll take our final 3-minute timeout here, come back with our final wrap-up here. Our postgame show has been brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services and Crowder College. Back here in 3 minutes, Cardinals win at 75-47. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Hoo-Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at hoohot.com.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and we're recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome one final time. It's a doubleheader sweep for the Cardinals tonight. If you held your opponent to 47, you won the game. The girls win at 62-47. The guys win at 75-47. Dimitri, a good night all the way around for both ball clubs.
Oh, just as you said, and I think what drove it the most was Lebanon. It was a completely different style from what they've seen, a little bit slower style, a little bit more outside the paint, and I think the patience that they showed defensively in the trap and when to trap, when not to trap, and really playing without fouling really just showed in their offense as well. I mean, they didn't force a lot of shots. They played really well together, and I think the leadership overall through Keith and through Pace was really consistent, and I think they keep doing that. They're going to roll right through that Frontenac tournament and have a really good weekend.
Our next broadcast will be the Lady Cardinals against Glendale on the 30th. The guys will play on the 31st against Glendale. That'll be homecoming night here in Webb City, so we look forward to that. In the meantime, guys at Frontenac, if you want to go see some good ball games this weekend, and girls at Forsyth and Springfield Catholic next week. So for Will Hedrick, for Dimitri Lloyd, for Luke Taylor back at our studios, this is Scott Boudreau saying good night from the Cardinal Dome. We join Through the Bible with Jay Vernon McGee. You've been listening to Cardinal Basketball on 91.7 FM, KNEO, Neosho Joplin. Good night.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.